Hi there folks, Bernie Williams here for RRTV. Coming to you tonight from Brazil. We will be covering the Interlagos 500. It looks like the race has started half an hour early. I thought it started at 7:30. Obviously the race has started at 7, so we've lost the first 5 minutes of the race unfortunately, but we will cut directly to the race now. But before we do, a couple of things. The track length, 4.30 kilometres. Race distance tonight will be 117 laps. We can expect them to make 2, maybe 3 stops, but probably 2 stops in this race. The drivers, they can have 2 to 3 drivers and they must drive their fair share. The weather out there tonight's a little bit tricky. It's based on realistic. 26 degrees Celsius, the track is 41 degrees Celsius, winds coming from the north at 14 kilometres per hour, and the humidity is at 63%. So as we bring up the cameras, I'd like to welcome Adrian Jarvis and Alex, is it Alex Poe or Alex Pole?
Pole.
Alex Pole from All Stars Motorsports. Alex, while we're bringing these up, unfortunately it looks like your 2 unmetered server BMWs did not make the start tonight. Did you want to tell the viewers a bit about that?
Well, pretty simple actually. We've had a couple of driver swaps during the week. Chris has left this series, so I've jumped in with Brant, and we got Colin in with Joe. Me and Brant pretty much don't feel that confident with the way the track temperature is and all that today, and we'd just be running down the back. And unfortunately, Colin's done himself an injury to his knee, and Joe was having computer issues or internet issues, so we've just decided to skip this round and regroup and come back next round.
Yeah, that's bad luck. The weather does definitely look tricky out there, but we look forward to seeing you boys back here next week to hopefully have a good race. So Adrian, mate, welcome to the commentary box. I'm just trying to catch up on the race at the moment. What's your thoughts on Interlagos, mate?
Yeah, thanks, Bernie. Hey, Alex. Hey, viewers. Yeah, I actually starting to like Interlagos myself. It's got high speed straightaways, basically. I know there's a couple of turns in the main drag, but obviously you can have them fanging out there. And look, I like the track. I'm actually getting quicker at it every time I go there, so that's a good thing. But this race, it should be a cracker like a fortnight ago with these guys, and what I've seen already, it already is a cracker. So look, it's going to be interesting for 500 kilometres tonight.
Yeah, definitely. So before we go any further, viewers, I'll just update you on the top 10. They're on lap 8 of 117. We've got Tony Autridge out front in the Trans-Tasman Racing McLaren, followed by Gary Hamilton in the 3Cs Craft Beer Racing, Tom Jones for KRF, he's not KRF anymore, Maverick Welding in the rough, Ian Ford in the rough, Ian McMahon from MF Tech in 5th in the BMW, 6th is Lewis Kugeley in the Blackadder Motorsport, 7th is Aaron Pearce for JFF Racing, Baden Reed, KRF Racing in 8th, Brad Wooten in Direct Clutch Motorsport in 9th, and Mr. Prznicki in the IndyCar Enthusiast Racings round out our top 10. So Adrian, it looks like Brad Wooten's all the way down there in 9th at the moment, but we have seen them fight back, so do you think they might have the pace throughout the night to find themselves back up the front like they did 2 weeks ago?
Well, funny you were asking me that, Bernie. Just before you got the images up there, Mr. Wooten had a little bit of a incident coming into turn 1, so look, he gained some places there from the start, because obviously he started from ninth position tonight, viewers, and look, he made his way up there. So look, I won't discount them. We've seen them come back a fortnight ago, so yeah, they've definitely got the pace now. I think the confidence is high, and yeah, they should be definitely up near the pointy end by the end of this evening.
Yes, at the moment the fastest lap of the race, but it looks like Tony Autridge has set that. I'll just have a quick look. Actually, the fastest lap of the race was set by Tom Jones with a 1:32.883. That's in the number 99 Maverick Welding rough, which we're seeing now. The boys look like they're lapping at the moment in the 1:33s, but that's Tony and Gary. But Tom Jones is currently in the 1:32.8s, Alex. So looks like Tom's got the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a bit like Phillip Island with the laps and that the Porsche probably will be a bit better around here with fuel economy and stuff. Just to elaborate on Mr. Wooten, he was not very happy with the track temperature during qualifying before we decided to leave, or All-Star Motorsports drivers decided to leave, so yeah, he was not very happy, so he might struggle a bit.
Yeah, well, I think a few guys might be struggling out there tonight by the sounds of it, as we're jumping on board with Tom Jones from the new roof cam, guys. So hope you enjoy this new thing. I can now control this with a joystick, which should make it far more exciting to aim this camera where the action is.
And that great new technology, and we get to play around with it. That's fantastic stuff, Bernie. Good to see the boys are still out there. I think the field will get spread out a little bit tonight with this heat. Some guys are going to struggle a little bit more with the track temperature up high. I noticed that there last year we had quite a few races with high track temperature, and the cars definitely didn't like it after a certain point, and they were getting really soft under the tyres. I won't try and say that word again, I nearly stuffed it up, but anyway, yeah, we should be seeing some good racing tonight. And look, Brad Wooten's a decent driver, so I can't see him having any issues tonight pushing his way forward.
Well, sorry about this, viewers. It looks like our new technology is currently not working, so I'll put you back to normal view, and we might try and jump back to that a bit later. So it's going to be one of those nights, I think, Adrian, running late for the race, technical issues, it's all happening here.
Bernie, I wouldn't have it any other way. Ever since I've been joining you in the comm box, we've always had some sort of little niggling issue, but it just adds to the spice for our broadcast. So we're getting just as much thrills trying to do our job and watching the boys do theirs.
Well, that was a great pass, Mr. Tom Jones there.
Well, Bernie, I think Aaron Pierce has had an incident here on lap 11, car 23 here. It looks like he's going into the wall. I'm just trying to pick up where he is, Bernie.
Alright, we're just going to have a look at that replay now.
Oh yeah, he just got a bit wide onto the ripples, and yeah, the car really got unsettled. It looks like it was in turn 4 there, Bernie. Not very pleasant, I think. I just can't pick it up on my camera view at the moment.
Yeah, it was just coming out of the centre S as he got it a bit squirrely, and it looked like he might have had a tap up the backside by one of the KRF boys who couldn't lift, but he's used one of his quick repairs and he's exiting the pits now. So yeah, it looked a bit nasty, that one.
Yeah, it looks like he's gone in the pit. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I don't think he would have driven away from that one. So smart move there, try and get in there and try and get his race back underway, and hopefully he can make some positions up tonight, because that's certainly not a good start to the race. But like we've always said, better now than later in the race where you can't make those positions back up.
Well, exactly right. It's, I think as this race progresses, we're going to see more cars fall into difficulty. As far as fast repairs go tonight, I think they have 2 for this event. I think it's 1 per driver, if I'm not mistaken. So as this race progresses, folks, we can expect to see more and more cars use those up and possibly fall into difficulty.
Yeah, Tom is certainly starting to put the moves on after getting pole position tonight. He lost it in the first few laps, but it looks like he's getting his rhythm back, and he's pushing his way back to that pointy end there, Bernie. Yeah,
definitely. We unfortunately missed the replay of his overtake, but we're definitely not going to miss this, folks, as he starts to put the pressure onto Tony Autridge in that McLaren.
Yeah, because he was just in front of his teammate earlier, and he's broken away from his teammate, and he's definitely got away from Gary here as well, and really putting the pressure on Tony here at the moment. So next couple of laps we could see a new leader again.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely hungry for that lead, Alex, I think.
Yeah, he definitely is. He's pretty much been quick all from the practice sessions I've been in where he's been there. He's been consistently the quickest, so I reckon they've got their setup dialed in very nicely.
Yeah, definitely, and Tom's no slouch behind the wheel. He's definitely making an impression since he went to Maverick Welding, so I think that was quite a good move on his behalf. As we having a look at the McLaren, though, looks like it's got the legs down the straight, so it's going to be interesting to see if Tom gets ahead, if he can pull away from Tony.
Yeah, that's right, Bernie. Once again, tyres, but look, I think these boys with Tony Aldridge and the Trans-Tasman racing team have been doing a fantastic job this year in that McLaren. They've been at the pointy end for a couple of races now, so confidence must be building in that team with that car now too.
Yeah, definitely. It just takes a bit of time to get on top of the new car, but they're definitely finding their pace now, and they're out front again tonight. And having a look at Brad Wooten, he's now back in 6th position, so we'll find him up the front in the next half hour or so as well, I think.
Yeah, no surprises, I don't think, Bernie, that he's moved up 3 positions already, so yeah, definitely got to keep our eye on him tonight.
As we're watching now Tom coming in, it looks like he's going to make a move on the inside here of Tony.
A very textbook move, that one, but well driven by Tony as well, so very cleanly done.
Yeah, very clean. Looks like Tony let him through, but that's put him in a difficult position with Gary Hamilton now closing up, and Gary's now having a look on the inside, but he's not going to make a pass there, I don't think.
No, Tony definitely outbraked him there. Just had the run, but those are the 2 corners that are definitely best overtaking moves into turn 1 and turn 4. Plenty of room for the guys to open up and give each other room, but from there on end it gets really tight and twisty, so not many moves to be had for the rest of the track.
Yeah, and I tell you what, there's Gary Hamilton starting to put the pressure now on Tony Autridge, so I think he's looking at moving up a spot very soon too, Alex.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Maybe just the Tony Autridge cars, maybe just trying to save a little bit more fuel or something. Because I'd be very surprised if Tony Autridge goes backwards, but that could also be set up. Who knows?
Yeah, well, we've seen it in previous races where the guys have started up top, and as the race progressed, not this early of course, but normally as the race progressed, we have seen them drop back, which is normally, I think last time was a setup issue, but I think, Adrian, last time we watched these guys, they double stinted on tyres, didn't they, and caught everyone by surprise.
Yeah, Bernie, at Road America, yeah, they double stinted on tyres, which is one of the beautiful things about that. They thought out of the box and went with it, and look, they drove the car phenomenal there on second-hand tyres and did a fantastic job to get the car up the front. So, look, I don't think they'll be able to do it tonight, folks, just because of the temperature in the track burn up their tyres. So, look, everyone's going to take tyres, and I think it'd be well worth it, especially around this track. You're going to chew them up pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's exactly right. As we're having a look now on the McLaren, as Gary starts to look on the move, he's looking on the inside here.
Yeah, not the best spot.
No, but see if he gets the undercut. He's trying.
It just shows you how difficult it is to overtake on this track in those areas. You've really only got two places to get them.
Unless the other driver does a big mistake, then you can get past.
Yeah, that's right, but I don't think Tony's going to make that mistake. I think he was aware of that, and even though Gary got the inside, it cut back and made him take the outside. So, and as you said, Adrian, through there it's pretty hard to pass. I think the only way you're going to pull a pass off there is if both drivers cooperate.
Yeah, for sure, and look at these two guys battling. Ian Ford starting to get a toe onto him. So, look, we're going to have a three-way battle here, maybe even a four-way battle here, because Lewis is coming up behind as well. So we might be in for a little bit of a dogfight here soon, Bernie.
Yeah, I think so. It's 17 laps in, so it might be a bit early for a dogfight, but I think you might be onto something here, as Gary's having a look now on the inside of Tony, and he's made that move stick. Tony's going to have to watch Ian. Yeah, Ian's not close enough to capitalise, but Tony now finds himself in third.
Yeah, another good move, bold move, I must admit. You can get it done there, but it's all about position to get into there. Like, Tony's sort of having the door half open, and Ian just had a quick sneaky look down there, but he got the door shut in his face pretty quickly, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's right. I think Interlagos doesn't really suit the McLaren, as we can see here. I think it's better suited for the rough from memory, and the BMW is no slouch around here. How does the BMW handle around here, Alex?
Well, when you get decent setup and track temperature and stuff like that, she's actually a pretty nice car to drive around here. I'd say tonight might be between the rough and the BMW, unless the McLaren pull a magical strategy or something. But yeah, I just don't think the McLaren's going to have the outright pace around here.
Yeah, we found with the Redback Racing McLarens around here, we did struggle quite a bit with the roughs, especially, and the BMW. So maybe Tony's feeling that. But saying that, he's definitely flying the flag for McLaren tonight, folks. He's the only McLaren we've got out there in the top 10 at the moment. So as we have a look at the top 10, Tom Jones out in front now. He's pulled a 1.2 second lead over Gary Hamilton. Tony Autridge in the Trans-Tasman Racing's third. And then from Ian Ford, 5th Lewis Kugeley having a good run for Blackadder Motorsport. Brad Wooten 3 seconds down the track. Baden Reed, KRF Racing. Mr. Prisnicki's moved up to 8th, which is good. Paul Feely, Team IR, Double F, 9th, and rounding it out top 10 is VPR. So looking at this, we've got Rough, BMW, McLaren, Rough, BMW, and then Roughs and BMWs from there.
Yeah, it makes it unfortunate. Oh yeah, we got our GT in here. I was going to say we don't have our GT tonight, Bernie, but he's in 16th, so he's not doing a bad job. These boys doing a fantastic job again tonight, Bernie. I think in this GT, there's only one out there, and they're up into 16th, so they're still working with that car. And look, I hope to see them up there a little bit further later on in the year and getting the car really well sorted to them.
Yeah, definitely. As we jump on the roof of the GT3 and we'll have a look at this rough as it closes in. You might notice, folks, with this roof cam, for whatever reason, it doesn't show the rear spoiler. That is not a problem with the car, it's more a problem with the camera, I think.
It's heating up here too, this battle, so I think we've come on to a good point here as we had Richard trying to look down on the GT, and then he's opened up the door for Paul to come in, so a little bit of moving around. We'll see, this is going to be quite interesting at the moment.
Yeah, that was quite a good move for Paul in the Blackadder Motorsports BMW there. I think he caught Richard napping a little bit.
Yeah, for sure, Bernie. So, just watching these guys for a minute, they're doing a pretty good job. I mean, all these drivers are fantastic drivers, so they're all in their own levels, and they do a great job. They get out the road when they need to, but have a decent battle when they are into it as well. So they're doing a fantastic job tonight.
Yeah, so Colin's a bit up ahead of him. He's got, that's an interesting move by Paul as he looks on the inside there. Gee, that BMW can go deep under brakes.
Yeah, they're good on brakes. The roughs are the same. They're quite light, so they can get deep in the braking zone as well. But look at Paul here. He's got the run. He's going to take this move coming into turn 4 here, Bernie.
Yeah, definitely under brakes. I think he's going to get him. Here we go.
Yeah, just a little bit too wide there. It's got a little bit loose, so Colin just had a little bit of trouble then, and all that horsepower behind the wheels, I don't think traction control was going to save him then.
No, and Richard also capitalised on that, and Colin now finds himself down in 18th position.
They're still doing a great job down there. Hats off to them. Like I said, I think give them by the end of the year, hopefully we start seeing them getting some decent times and understanding the car a lot more. No one's been racing the GTs that often, so to be out there and getting the information for themselves has been doing a good job.
Oh, definitely, and it's great to see the GT3 out there. And they're improving every week, and hopefully if they can improve that setup, then more teams might have a crack at the GT3.
Oh yeah, for sure, Bernie. And it's like everything. We see that the cars have enhanced a little bit and changed around to try and get them closer together. And iRacing's doing a good job of that. And even with this GT3 Ford, they've come a long way since they introduced it as a GT3. So definitely making the steps in the right direction with that car. Yeah,
definitely. As we see cameraman's getting excited again, as we can see Gary Hamilton looks like he has taken the lead from Ian Ford up ahead of us here, guys.
Yes, getting all excited here. They're still into it. Nothing has changed in the 2 weeks, Bernie. They're still fighting like cats and dogs to be that top position at the moment.
Yeah, sorry folks, that's Tom Jones out front, not Ian Ford, in second at the moment.
Also looks like Tony Aldridge has pulled away a bit from Mr. Ian Ford too, so maybe the tyres might just be going a bit off. Who knows?
Yeah, we just had Tony run into the back of Tom Jones then, but fortunately he didn't spin him around and he backed out of it.
Yeah, it looks like Tom was struggling to pull it up then, and as he dives down for defensive move there, I think it's early time for blocking, and it's his teammate Ian who's having a look down on the inside there.
Yeah, definitely. Ian's definitely trying to clear this McLaren so he can join his teammate in the party up front by the looks of it. The other one to look out for at the moment also is Lewis Kugeley is starting to catch these guys as well.
Yeah, I think he's been a vulture here, Bernie, just sitting there waiting for his prey to cark it, and he's going to pounce.
So we have a look now as Ian Ford going on the inside. Does he have the power? Tony's not going to let him through. Tony will have the inside back, so I don't think this move's going to work, guys.
Yeah, Tony's a bit shallow in here. It's not really good getting in there shallow because you need to get his wife all the way down the straight. So we'll see how Ian goes, and he's already right up on him now. So if he leaves the move right at the end there, he should get him in turn 1 here. And Lewis is right on the hammer too, so look, this is going to be interesting coming in turn 1.
Yeah, definitely, as Ian has a look on the inside, and he actually made contact with Tony at that point. Very slight contact, but there still was some.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you wouldn't think that race for 500 Ks, so look, nothing's changed in a couple of weeks, and yeah, it's definitely on in as he goes in to turn 4 here. It looks like he's got the job done, Bernie.
That's right. Tony's going to have to watch out for Lewis now. He's covered Lewis off, so that's a good move, but we've seen these BMWs, they're good under brakes, so it'll be interesting to see how quickly Lewis can move up here.
Yeah, I think Tony's probably struggling a bit here with his tyres getting a little bit hot, trying to defend too much here at the moment, and it's really probably paying on his lap times here at the moment, which he has dropped down in that last lap. He really suffered. He dropped nearly 3 seconds there, I think, Bernie. So yeah, it's a bit tough on him at the moment out there.
Yeah, that's right. And they also the McLaren suffers a bit of top end speed issues at this track as well, so you'd be feeling that down those long straights.
Yeah, the field seems to be spreading out a bit now, guys. Just trying to find some interesting racing here. Just not a lot going on. I noticed poor old Tim Bellinger's been suffering with internet issues again. He thought he had it figured out, but it looks like he dropped again at the start of the race.
Yeah, that's no good at all. Tim Bellinger in the Redback Racing BMW is 2 laps down at the moment and sitting in 27th position, so looks like his internet woes continue, guys.
Yeah, not good for him. I know he's a passionate man and really wants to get in there and do well for himself and the team that he runs for. So yeah, but bad luck for those guys, but they'll be back again next week. Don't you count them out yet.
Yeah, definitely. He's been working hard on it. I was speaking to him earlier in the week, and he replaced the Ethernet card in his computer, thinking that may have been the problem. So he's definitely looking into it, and I know he's very frustrated about it, but hopefully he can clear that soon. As we're having a look now of Gavin Sadler in the IRFF BMW starting to close in on Colin Schweck.
Yeah, it's definitely closed in on him, hasn't he, Bernie? So maybe this GT setup isn't quite good enough for this circuit at the moment. Might be going through the tyres, not getting the handle in these corners and just heating them up too much at the moment.
Yeah, definitely, and it's quite a big car. as we can see how wide it is compared to the others, so it may not be suited to this type of tight track.
Yeah, I think he might lose this, but we know the BMWs should be able to pull up, but look at the speed that the GT's got. He's just opened up a gap just coming down there, so look, I think the best chance for him to get the overtaking move is in turn 4 here with Gavin.
Yeah, as both of them had a bit of a wobble coming into centre S's there, but Gavin's got the run. We'll see if he's got the power. We've seen that GT3 pull away down that back front straight, but Gavin's holding him here.
Yeah, good driving by the boys. Look, I think Gavin's testing him out. He's probably better through the S's here. The Ford just doesn't seem to be able to, probably not set up to go through all the tight twisty stuff where the BMW seems to be well suited through here at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see how if Gavin can do anything through this part. I don't think he's going to, maybe up at the hairpin up here he might have another go.
Yeah, if he gets a good position here, he should be able to line himself up and get a good run. But look, he's got to be stuck right to the rear bumper here and try and get that toe all the way down the front. Ooh. Yeah, the plan's there, but looks like he had to back off a little bit too much there, Bernie.
Certainly did, and then the GT3 is sprinting back off into the distance down the front straight again. Alex.
Yeah, from my experience racing against the GT3, or the Ford GT3, it is very quick in a straight line if the setup is done right. I have raced with some people in official races and it's been super slow, but what I found in the hosted sessions with top quality drivers, it is one quick car in a straight line.
Yeah, that's definitely the case, which is what I think's keeping him out front of Gavin at this stage of the race. So we jump back up the front, folks. We've got Ian Ford has now passed Tony Autridge, so we've currently got Gary Hamilton out front in the 3Cs craft beer BMW, closely followed by Tom Jones in the Maverick Welding Rough, and then it goes back to Ian Ford now in the other Maverick Welding Rough, who's just cleared Tony Autridge, and Tony's having a look on the inside. Tell you what, Tony went deep under brakes there.
Doesn't want to give up too many positions as we got a spin here.
Okay, it looks like
Jono. Yeah.
Sorry, we're just jumping back to have a look at this, folks.
Yeah, I was keeping an eye on the guys in front of him, Nathan and John King. They were having a good battle there, and Jono just seemed to loop it right in front of him. So such a shame there, but easy to do. But still can recover from this position.
Yeah, Jono was down in 19th at the time of that spin.
Yeah, the field certainly has bowed a little bit, except for the guys at the front. They're certainly on a league of their own, but these guys are spread out. But we're getting a couple of little battles here at the moment, so it's trying to catch on to some of them and just watch how they go. They're doing a pretty good job, and yeah, just unfortunate there for Jono. Just got out a little bit and just spun. Looks like coming down here at the moment into turn 11, Bernie.
Okay, yeah, I'm not sure if it was Jono, because we've just jumped on with him. He's now putting the pressure on Gavin Sadler and Colin Schweck, and he's followed closely behind with Brett Spicer. So we might have called the wrong driver there.
know, it was Jono there, Bernie. He's down in 19th position. It's just because of his spin. I think he's just stuck in that battle there at the moment.
Okay, so he'll be hungry to get through these guys and continue trying to recover by the looks of it. As we have a look at Gavin having a look on the inside of Colin. If it's going to be... he just doesn't have the pace.
No, he just doesn't at the moment. And looks like we've got a Maverick welding car here as well getting into it. Do we, Bernie? Who's just in there behind those guys?
That's Brett Spicer. As we look at Jono go really deep, he's going to get both of these guys on the one corner. Incredible move there.
Yeah, just look at that rough. It just handling. Oh, geez, they're getting a bit argy-bargy there, Bernie.
Yeah, I don't think Colin appreciated that too much, but yeah, Gavin's capitalised now and cleared the Ford GT3, and the bloke behind them now would be who is it? Aaron Pierce, is it?
Whoops. Oh, geez, these guys are still going at it. Here, Jono and Gavin are still going at it at the moment. Colin's there, and then Michael Ford's, he's one lap down at the moment. So, yeah, it's one of those things he's just going to have to put some laps in and just follow these guys around.
That's right. Now that Gavin's cleared the Ford GT3, we can see that true pace of that BMW, and it's definitely no slouch as he's taking it to Jono now. Looking on the inside here, but Jono's gone deep under brakes. That was a really good move there by Gavin. As Gavin gets inside, can Jono come back on him? Because we know Jono's no slouch under brakes as he's now looking at that crisscross, and it looks like he's taking that spot back, folks.
And all the while, you know, these guys are fighting as per normal. You know, Colin's going to enjoy this at the moment because he could get a spot back here.
Definitely, he's definitely looking at that spot.
Yeah, so that's the big problem with these GT3s, in it. They push a big hole in there, so if any advantage you get, you know, it can be taken away down the straights if they're close enough. So Jono's got to work hard here and try and put the moves on and try and get away before he gets down the straightaway here at the moment.
Yeah, definitely, but it was good to see three different makes of cars there taking it to each other a couple of corners ago. But it looks like Jono and Gavin's now gapped Colin as Colin's falling back into the grasp of Aaron Pierce and that Maverick Welding rough.
Yeah, he certainly seems like he might have dropped a bit of pace. He might have got a little bit of damage to the car, might have affected the aero here.
Yeah, the car looks alright, but he's definitely dropped a lot as Aaron Pierce now takes him, so you might be right, he might have some damage on that Ford GT3.
Yeah, either damage or he's just used up the tyres too, Bernie. You know, battling like that can really damage your tyres.
Yeah, we're just riding on board with Colin at the moment, and it seems to be tracking all right, so maybe you're right. Maybe he's just overheated those tyres and he needs to rest them a bit.
Yeah, I think so, Bernie, but look, give it the tyres a rest and come back and see how he's going. So, yeah, we'll have a look at that. And, God, these guys are still going. We've got Ian Ford still having a look at Tony. So, these guys are still going. But, geez, Tony's doing a good job there at the front.
Yeah, definitely. We find Tony up in third at the moment. So we've got Gary Hamilton out in front of Tom Jones. He's managed to pull half a second gap out front now to Tom. And then we've got Tony. He's some 3.7 seconds down from the leader. Closely followed by Ian, and rounding out our top five is Lewis Kugeley.
And here's Brad Wooten. He's on the heels of Lewis here at the moment. So he's definitely made his move up. And look, it's He's been going now 31 laps, and he's definitely made an impression to come up in and fighting for 5th now.
Yeah, that's right, and it's starting to bring back memories of 2 weeks ago, Adrian. We had, at that stage then, we had Tony double stinting on tyres to stay in front, and Brad Wooten was hunting him down, and it looks like it's shaping up to be a similar race here.
Yeah, and it's good to see, like, we got three battle packs here at the moment, and they're not separated by much, so if anyone starts battling too hard, we're going to see a big 6-way battle if it gets to that point.
Yeah, definitely, as it looks like Brad's made his move on Lewis. We'll see if Lewis can come back at him under brakes. No, it doesn't look like it. Brad's just cut straight across and said, that position's mine, thank you very much.
Yeah, definitely had the pace down the straight there in that rough, so they've definitely got their car hooked up for a straight line speed here tonight, but also it seems to travel around the corners pretty well, so definitely got that car hooked up again, Bernie, and I think the confidence is back in that team. Definitely,
and one guy, Lewis, is going to have to keep an eye on is Baden Reed in the KRF Motorsports rough. He did a 1:33.8 compared to the guys ahead of him doing 1:34.7s. So if he keeps that pace up, he's going to be on Lewis's back door pretty shortly.
They're pretty good lap times at the moment, so look, they've just probably roughly a second from the start of the race with fresh tyres, and look, that's going to happen. But geez, they should be looking at getting pit stops in the next, say, 10 laps or so now, Bernie, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I'd expect them to. Alex, did you do any fuel runs here to see how long the BMW can go before you have to stop for fuel?
No, we didn't this week. I was busy to get myself set up with SRA, so that was my most attention on. I just haven't done the laps around Interlagos this week, so we never really did a full fuel run.
Might be able to get about 40 laps from what I understand, guys.
Oh, Brenton, I didn't see you there, mate. Welcome to the commentary box. You must be happy with your boys out there tonight.
Yeah, I've only just come on, had a Australia Day cricket match in our local town here, so I do apologise for being a bit late. Yes, yeah, very happy, very early obviously, but yeah, fuel strategies, I think in 2 stops they'll probably get through to about lap 40, and yeah, it's whether they take tyres or not. I think this is a place that chews the tyres up pretty heavily, so I'd be surprised if our TTR boys with Tony Ortridge and who's this other driver, sorry, take tyres on today. Sorry, don't take tyres on today.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago we saw Tony try the double stinting at Road America, which is a bit more of a forgiving track to this. As we just saw John O'Barry get it all loose, and he's let your boy through there, Brenton.
Well, it's yeah, he was with John O'Barry. I'm not sure if I got John O'Barry at all, to be honest with you. But I know the RA cars are 2nd, 4th, and I think the other one's down in 25th or something like last I saw, 24th. So yeah, I'm just looking at Tommy Jones here, just making a move for the lead, not quite there, he's just sitting comfortably behind the race leader Gary Hamilton, who's obviously done a great first step. Like I said, I've only just come here, so you guys know more what's going on than I do.
Yeah, well, we had Tom, he's moved up through the field, he's doing really well. At one point he was leading the race, but then Gary Hamilton's come back at him and taken the lead again, and since then we've had Tom just shadowing him, but I tell you what, he's definitely taking it to him tonight, Brenton.
Just looking here, it looks like the car was actually on pole, the Jones and Jackson car with the 31.9 on pole, so they've obviously got the raw pace there, and in front of them was the 2nd place, so the 2 guys in the front row are 1 and 2, and the TTR guys qualified 3 and 4, the other ERA car, so yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 looks like it's holding station at the moment.
Yeah, unfortunately we didn't get the start of the race because it started half an hour earlier than I thought it was going to, but when we jumped on, Tom was back in 5th, I think, at that stage.
It's funny because it started half hour earlier than I thought it would too. That's why I just got here.
And as you predicted, Bernie, Baden Reed has actually caught up here, so wouldn't surprise me if he either makes a move here soon. We know pit stops are coming. Maybe it might be a good call if the strategy allows him to bring him in here, get some fresh tyres on, and he might be able to jump a couple of places here.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely got the pace tonight, and just having a look at his last time, he did a 1:33.8 compared to the 1:34.4s. So he's still lapping a lot faster than most of the front runners there.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to pay to pit just yet though, because you might have to drag out long on your last stint. So maybe just a couple laps too early. Not much, but I reckon you'd want to go as long as you can here on probably your first two stints, and set yourself up for a short stop on the last stint and then get stuck into it.
Yeah, definitely. We just saw then Baden did take the lead, not the lead, he did take Lewis, but Lewis has come back at him under brakes after that long straight, so he's finding himself now battling for 6th position.
What's also happened is that Ian Ford in ERA2 has overtaken Tony Orchard in the TTR McLaren, so Ford has moved up into 3rd place there at the moment, showing some strong lap times of 33.9 with his last lap comparison with in front of them 34.1, so he's making gains as well.
Fantastic, and we just saw a Baden now take Lewis Kugley again in the tight right hairpin there, so we'll see if he can try to pull that gap out.
Yeah, this is the thing now. He's got to protect his line coming up to turn 1 and hold his line through here, because look, we know that BMW is going to brake pretty well through here, so we'll see if he can keep it through and hopefully hold his position through the S's through the back part of the track.
I'll tell you what, Lewis is trying to jump around a bit behind Baden and fill both his mirrors, but not sure if Baden's going to worry too much at this stage.
Actually, this battle for third's really heating up. Orchard just gone back past Ian Ford, so that McLaren's certainly showing some zip in a straight line down there after the centre S's into turn 4. So another change of position. These guys are side by side.
It brings back memory to a fortnight ago. Boys were on it all race long. They didn't let up at all.
Yeah, it looks like they're continuing, and it's quite interesting to see Tony. He's dropped back there for a bit. Maybe it was his tyres overheating, but he's definitely back on a charge now.
Yeah, like you said, with Baden Reed and Lewis Kugali, also with Brzezinski and Scotty Stevens. Well, Scotty's a lap down. Looks like obviously they had some, actually 2 laps down, so obviously had some early dramas there I don't know about. But I got a lot of time for this Baden Reed fellow. I got a lot of time for the KRF, Community Rural Fencing team. They have really picked up their pieces massively this season. It's fantastic to see him doing such a great job out in 6th place.
Yeah, definitely. They're really showing their strength, and I've been impressed with them this year. They've really got a lot of depth to that team at the moment, as we commented previously, and it's good to see Baden up there in 6th at the moment.
They're just going up to the lead with Tommy Jones and Gary Hamilton. I reckon Jones is faster, but he's certainly not pushing, showing some good experiences, some great racecraft. I think there's been a couple of times from what I've seen where there's been that slight gap, slight opening, but he hasn't had to push himself too hard here, and he looks like he's well and truly in command of where he needs to be. Yeah,
well, definitely Tom definitely showed his speed earlier in the night when he came back up through the field to his 2nd position now. So I think you're right there, Brenton. I think he's just pacing himself at this stage.
I reckon old Brad here would love to see the boys in front of him keep fighting away for their position, because he's been on the money ever since he got himself sorted again. So Yeah, and Baden's catching up to Brad as well, so they're flying along now. The fuel load's coming down, and they're finding it a little bit more comfortable in the car, even though the tyres must be going off by now.
As we have a look at the battle, folks, between third and fourth, as Ian did have a look on the inside of Tony. He just wasn't close enough to make that move stick.
Yeah, he really got out of that, didn't he? He's dropped a bit of time there. It seemed what that's done is Brad Wooden with the last lap of 34 flat compared to the 34.3 in front of by Tony Autridge. So, yeah, it's still a long way to go. I think, what are we predicting? 116 laps, I think it was. So obviously still a long way to go, but you know, there's no big gaps between cars, isn't there? Like, there's good racing here going on pretty much all down the field.
Yeah, that's right, and we've got a pretty good field of, I'm just having a look here, roughly 30 cars I think tonight, Brenton, have entered.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic, and as yourself and Adrian know, it's just a series that just seems to be picking up so much momentum, so it's just fantastic to see.
Yeah, for sure, Brenton. It's one of those series. Like I joined at the end last season, and just watching it this year has been fantastic, and the quality of the driving is just fantastic. So, geez, you wouldn't mind being out here as Brenton just Brad just overstepped, and Baden's on his tail. So watch this, guys.
Yeah, and we've also got a change for the lead as well. Sorry to do that to you, mate, but Jones has gone through to the lead, lap 39 now, so getting close to pit stops here. I'm just wondering how much fuel Jones might have saved sitting behind Hamilton that entire time, and I'm probably more interested to see what kind of lap times that Jones can put down now. He might not get that chance, it might be pit stop time shortly.
Yeah, as we're having a look at the replay, folks, as we see Tom now coming on the inside of Gary, he got that move done pretty early on that straight there, Brenton.
Yeah, it's a good exit from that last turn, makes a significant difference. The thing I do worry about, I've had a chat with the boys, is the amount of incidents they've had per race. They actually, unfortunately, found themselves going backwards in points last week with a few incidents. So hopefully they're capping that to a bit tonight. So I know they had a problem with the AEC race as well, so just a slide off tracks here and there. I think they'll fix that up tonight. But no, Sid Jones a bit scrappy in the lead there, but it's funny, isn't it? And you guys probably know that when you're following a car the whole time, all of a sudden you're in the lead, it just seems like it's a different game for you, you know? Like all of a sudden you're setting the pace, you're not relying on someone else.
Yeah, that's right. We found that Thursday night when we covered the Star Mazda Australian Championships, the guy coming...
And Hamilton's got a really good run here again.
As I was saying before I was interrupted, we found the second place leader there could hold the pace, but as soon as he got the lead, he did drop off substantially.
Yeah, we've got Brad Wooten into the pits now, so it's his time to pit.
And in that time we've had 2 lead changes. Gary Hamilton got back past Tom Jones and outbroke himself into the centre S's, and Jones has got back through Hamilton again, so there's some great racing there. But in the meantime, what this has done is let Autridge and Ford right back in here. They're now just the 3 seconds behind our leaders. Be interested to see Bernie, and you've got the times there, how long the Wooten stop would go for. I'd imagine they'll definitely take tyres.
Yeah, I'm having a look at that at this stage. The fastest time we've had so far was a 37.2, but as soon as Brad comes out, I'll let you know what that time was.
Yeah, tyres are going on now. I've just seen the car go up on the jack, so Chris is in the car now. They've done the fuel, and the tyres are going on now, boys.
Yeah, it's a very long stop at the moment. He's past the 54 seconds at this stage as the leader, Tom Jones, now is coming onto the main straight.
Yeah, so that's just, a pit stop's going to cost you pretty close to a lap, isn't it? It's a massive, massive difference. Jones has actually put in a pretty strong lap here.
And they're just gone now, so the boys are out. They're exiting pits now, boys.
Yeah, that was a really slow stop by Brad. He did a 68.8.
Wow, that seems significantly slow, but it might be the norm. But what he's going to have to do now is going to have to give way to these blue. Well, he may not. I would like to think he will, but it would seem to have some blue flags waving as we speak.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see on fresh tyres what sort of pace Brad has compared to the race leader Tom Jones in the Maverick Welding Rough.
Yeah, well, it's Chris Osborne in that car now, and he's probably got himself out of that blue flag zone, so you would think with the new tyres he'll probably blow away from them. So, geez, they didn't want to time that any later because they would have been stuck behind these two cars. Their times are a 34.4, 35.2 for Hamilton, a 34 flat for Ford and Aldridge behind, so gains are made there. So Osborne wouldn't have probably very happy they weren't that extra second slower.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see when the front runners come in what sort of pit times that they make.
Yeah, they shouldn't be too far away, should they? Because, but don't forget, Brad's probably had a plan and they've had theirs worked out. So let's see what happens. Like, he might be only in there for a short amount of time in this stint, and Brad might finish it off with a little bit longer one or a shorter one. Who knows? Well, we've got to see how they go.
Yeah, definitely. The question's going to be, and I doubt this will be the case, but we've seen Tony Aldridge double stint on tyres previously. It'll be interesting to see if he dares to try to do that around here tonight.
I wouldn't think he would. There's a lot of slower corners that he's going to rely on a bit of grip to get out of those turns, and also that centre S's. I've tried to do a couple of runs with my shoulder this week there, and you don't want to do it with old tyres. And what are we up to? Lap 42 now. I can't imagine at a minimum doing 84 laps on one set of tyres here.
No, they found even at Road America, which is a lot more forgiving than this place, towards the end of, as we see Luke Betts get into the back of John O'Barry there, but fortunately they both continue, and Luke sideways. He gathers it up, but that was a bit messy there, Brenton.
I'll take your word for it. I didn't see it, I must admit. I'll have a look at that. Luke Betts isn't actually driving at the moment. That's what I'm seeing. It's Michael Ford's in the car. You're talking about the number 5 Maverick car?
Yeah, that's right. They've pitted, so I haven't updated my overlays as yet.
Yeah, no, I didn't see it, but Mick's he's what did he come in? Pitted at lap 24, so they've obviously had an unscheduled 23, so they've had an unscheduled stop. So he's obviously had some issues on lap 39 as well with the 149.9, so that's not where he needs to be, and wide again. So down in 24th. Still a lot of time to make places up, but it's going to be a struggle for him.
Yeah, it just looks like when he was coming out of that corner, the back end skipped out, which you're normally in about 4th gear at that point, so it's a bit unusual to see that occur.
What I'm really interested in here is the speed of Christopher Osborne in Direct Touch Motorsports 114. His last lap of 32.777. Thank you very much for the rabbits. So that's an exceptionally quick time. That's actually the quickest lap time of their car. He must have had an off track somewhere because it hasn't been listed officially. But that's 1.5 seconds faster than the Jones 99 ERA car. And I'm imagining, we've obviously missed this. Hamilton must be in the pits as well.
Yeah, he's just come into the pits now. He's been there for 38 seconds at this stage.
Yes, I'd be confident that when Justin McGinn comes out of the car, they will have the race lead, because this early stop, well, it's not that early now, it's pretty much on schedule with the new tyres. They weren't really that far behind the ERA car, and coming out of the pits now, that seemed a fair bit quicker than the Wooten car.
Oh yeah, he did a 56.3 compared to the 68.8, so the Wooten cars definitely had a very slow stop for whatever reason that was.
Yeah, I can't think of any reason as to why it's that slow either, so there's no reason why McEwen wouldn't have taken a full tank on, but that's a significant change.
Yeah, as we have...
Yeah, Tony and Ian's in. Sorry, boys.
That's what I was about to say. It's alright. As we see John O'Barry now make a move, I think that was on... who was that? Race for Life rough. I'm not sure who that was.
Yeah, so we've got all the leaders in now, and there's Timothy's in the car, and yes, they're all doing their driver change by the look of it. Ian's still in the car at the moment, so that's interesting. It hasn't changed to him, so he might be doing a double stint here, boys.
Yeah, I'd say he'll do a double stint, and then I think Blake Coppo is due in that car. But Ian's shown some good pace. It's just interesting here with the two McLaren and the Rough coming at the same time. Which car will actually come out quicker? Because as we said with the Wooten car, it's a significantly slower time. We've also got Adam Newton taking over the Baden Reed KRF car. So yeah, a lot of pit action at the moment, all on schedule.
Yeah, as we see Gary.
I'll tell you what, boys. Sorry, Bernie. It looks like the McLaren is not putting tyres on. I don't know. It didn't look like it put on, but they come out at the same time.
Yeah, well, I reckon the Rough behind him did take tyres. So, yeah.
Unless I had a little bit of glitch there, because as the boys come out, it didn't look pretty. So, but it didn't look like that McLaren went up on the jacks to me.
It looks like we've lost our third ERA car, the Ford Betts car. Just looks like it's disappeared off the screen. I do not know why, but yeah, obviously they've had some issues there, unfortunately.
It's all going on here tonight.
Yeah, so having a look at those pit times, guys. Tom Jones did a 48.1. Tony Autridge did a 55.1. Gary Hamilton did a 56.3, and Ian Ford did a 55.2.
Sorry, boys, I'm having a little bit of trouble again tonight, it looks like.
Yeah, we've got a good battle here for third with McEwen and Ford. Ford going through quite comfortably, I would think. He'll be good under brakes. He's fairly solid here. Yeah, so under brakes, yeah, we might have overshot himself here. Talk too soon. Good drive out of the turn. I don't think he's done the job. He hasn't. Yeah, it looks like the Ford Betts cars had a disconnect, unfortunately, for Ford, so I'm not sure if they'll recover from that.
Ian's certainly putting his nose in there, and he definitely wants to get around here at the moment.
Yeah, well, he's going to need to, because Ellis is up the road making some ground here. McEwen's probably not up to speed yet. The job's got done there, so really that releases Ian to chase down Lee. So at the moment, good job out here the front of the ERA 99 car. Jim Jackson's in that car now. They've got themselves a bit of a gap here. 12 seconds. I'm not sure that can be right, is it? Looks like it is right. So their pit stop must have been awfully quick, which kind of tells me that, yeah, the TTR McLaren would have taken tyres. I couldn't see him losing time and not taking tyres.
Yeah, the Timothy Jackson number 99 Maverick Welding was 10 seconds quicker than all the other guys. He did a 48.1 compared to the 56s.
That sounds like a two-tyre stop for the boys in the front then to me. Because I know testing, you do two tyres, it's around about 8 seconds, and to do the whole four tyres around 6 seconds. So sounds like they may have only thrown two tyres at that car.
No, there's no way in the world the RA boys would just throw two. It's not something that we've practice rehearsed or anything like that. It's just, yeah, maybe they just put less fuel in now because the last stint does need shorter filling. So maybe they've taken the short fuel now. So
Oh, I don't dash my hopes like that, Brenton. We've got to have a little bit of strategy in here, like the TTR boys did a fortnight ago with the keeping the tyres on. So, yeah, always look at it that way.
No, well, the strategy is here that perhaps the ERA car has short filled for this stop, so they might need to long fill for their last stop, so that will bring them back to the field. I'm only guessing here, and to be honest, even if I did know, I wouldn't say otherwise, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because that's a significant difference of 10 seconds.
Yeah, definitely. As we have a look at the top 5, folks, we've got Timothy Jackson out front, 14 seconds lead now over Lee Ellis in the TTR McLaren. Ian Ford in the Maverick Welding Rough in 3rd. 4th, Justin McKeon. And rounding out our top 5 is Brace Morrow in the Blackadder Motorsport BMW. And he's coming under pressure now by Adam Newton in that KRF Rough.
Yeah, how good's Adam going here as well? He's shown a lot of pace over the last few weeks, from what I understand, giving Braith Morrow a hard time. This is a battle for a top 5 here, so Adams, and we've got Nico Brandt as well in the IndyCar Enthusiast Racing 785 BMW, so there's some good racing here, nice close action.
Yeah, the boys are certainly turning it on for us again.
Yeah, I was just looking at the pace of Chris Osborne, who was the first of our pitters, Brad Wooden himself. Gee, he's putting some consistent laps, 32.7, 32.7 his last 2 laps, a couple of 32.8s with another 32.7, so he is probably the quickest out there, I'm thinking, of the pack. I'm actually fairly confident he is, yeah, faster than Ford and Ellis, and yeah, faster than our leader Jackson at the moment, so 32.7s by Osborne's exceptionally good. It's just the one thing that we found is that the longer the tyres go, like we're not talking about to the end of our stint, but they just seem to really delve in, probably about 6-7 laps into your stint. So there's a real good patch there from about lap 6 or 7 up to probably lap 20, 22, where the tyres just seem to hit their sweet spot. So maybe Osborne's going to be in that spot quicker. Oh, I've been called somewhere. Hang on 2 seconds.
Yeah, he's certainly on it, and I wouldn't discount these guys from direct clutch. We know that they're on it, but yeah, it did look that pit stop of theirs did look a little bit funny to me. So for whatever reason, it just seemed to take so long for those boys. These boys up here, they're battling for 5th and 6th and 7th at the moment. They're getting on to it here at the moment, as I've lost them again.
Right, I might have to relieve myself later on, boys, and do some driving duties, it appears. I haven't the ERA3 car's had some major issues with Mick Ford with connection issues. It keeps dropping out, so Betts has just got in the car now. He'll be driving for a bit longer yet, so I'll try and convince him to do a double stint all the way home.
Alright, Brenton, you have a good one, mate, and we'll keep an eye on you.
Actually, I might jump over now, so yeah, I'm sure everything will be okay. But I'll try and convince Betsy to keep going, because I think, what's the minimum amount of laps you'd have to do here? Probably be
25% or something, isn't it?
25%, is it? I'm going to better see how many laps he's done.
Or is it a quarter of a quarter? I don't know the numbers for fair share on that. And You know, it's one of those things you got to get into it, and I haven't done a lot of that, which I should do. It's something that I should note and research for us.
Actually, no, you can find it. You go to entries and see if it's come up in green, and the RA3 has come up in green. So, yeah, I'm sure that he's done the right amount of laps he's needed to do. I think, looking at it, I think you need to do 15. Might be 15 laps. So, yeah, no, he's done that. But anyway, I might duck off, boys, and come back and see if things are going all right. No doubt it will.
Alright, keep an eye on it, Brenton, and I'm sure you'll fill us in on whatever we need to hear.
Good on you. Cheers, Adrian. See you, Ben.
Okay, so got a bit of information there first at hand, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll get back into this racing. As looks like Lee Ellis here is still under attack by Ian Ford here, so they're still at it, doing a fantastic job at the moment.
Yeah, so having a look at our top 5, I'll tell you what, Timothy Jackson's now pulled out a 17-second lead over Lee Ellis at this stage, Adrian. Yeah,
Bernie, and his lap times, like, 33s at the moment. So with Lee's battling here with Ian, 34, 33s, so high 33s, low 34s. So just skipping away at the moment. So yeah, very, very interesting. Yeah,
and looks like Brenton must have left. I was just off making a coffee, so what have we got? Okay, so we've just had a message from the race stewards. Brad Wooten from Direct Clutch had a drive through. That was the reason for their slow pit.
Oh, very good. Yeah, it did seem abnormally long, so it's one of those things. We can pick it up a little bit through a pit stop, but I've just been having a few glitches tonight again, Bernie, as I drop out. So my watching of the cars tonight are not very good.
Yeah, no worries. Well, I missed that as well, but they do have live race stewards here tonight, folks, so it does look like Direct Clutch Motorsport did have a drive-through penalty.
Very good. Good to see that they're following with live stewarding. I think that's a good thing. You can get results straight away. Drivers don't like them because usually they don't think they've done anything wrong. So yeah, it might have been for a little bit of contact earlier on, Bernie, through his tough racing to get back through.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to get to the bottom of that when Brad's available, and we'll see what that penalty was for.
Yeah, for sure, and connection issues for Brenton's team. So yeah, we'll see what happens through that later on as I'm dropping again.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just having a chat with Brad at the moment, folks, and I'll try and tell you exactly what that penalty was for.
As I try and keep up to date as well, ladies and gentlemen, it's definitely been on tonight, as we've got 2 ERA cars up the front now. So looks like Ian Ford's got through Lee Ellis here. So we'll see how quickly Ian can push his way through, and because it's out to 19 seconds. So geez, Timothy's doing a fantastic job out the front at the moment.
Well, that's right. Now we've got, looks like Maverick Welding Roughs in position 1 and 2, so the boys will be ecstatic with that. Okay, I've just got some more news.
Yeah, for sure, Bernie, and
go ahead.
I know, go Bernie, you're right.
It's going to say the 15-second penalty for Brad Wooten was for speeding in the pits.
Oh, I'm shame that. I know it's hard to get in there. You're going pretty well quickly into that pit stall, and if you don't get it pulled up in the right time, yeah, that's a shame for those guys. But geez, that's 15 seconds, but he's doing a good job. Let's see how he ends up tonight.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be interesting now also to see how Ian Ford see if he can start to pull that gap in on his teammate Timothy Jackson now that he's cleared Lee Ellis.
Yeah, for sure, Bernie. I mean, that's the key in it. See how quickly he can come down. So hopefully it's not through time, and see where they end up. Because the more he pushes now, more likelihood he could actually get into the lead again.
Yeah, well, that's right. It'll be interesting. If Brenton was still here, I would have asked him if they had team orders in place or if they're going to let the boys race.
Well, you'd think they'd let them race. I mean, it's good viewing, but who knows with that team? We'll soon find out. As these cars are doing lovely stuff on my screen at the moment.
Yeah, the first thing Ian's going to have to do, though, is he's going to have to pull that 19 seconds back. And I tell you what, the way Timothy's driving, that's going to be a tall ask, I think.
Yeah, for sure, Bernie. I mean, he's actually got to gain, another 9 seconds up to even be close to get that position, because that's how far the pit stops were apart. But look, if they've put a little bit less fuel in that Timothy Jackson car, look, he's going to skip away a little bit. But geez, 9 seconds on top of the 10 seconds in the pit stall, that's a big gap at the moment.
Oh, it's huge, as he's now coming up to put a lap on John O'Barry's car in the Direct Clutch Motorsports rough.
Yeah, we got Corey in there at the moment. Seeing how well he's been going. He's not doing too bad there, Bernie. He's done a 33.7, so it's been the quickest out of the two drivers at the moment. But look, he's going to get overtaken here soon. And look, if he does the right thing, he'll get out the road and let these boys keep travelling along at their own pace.
Yeah, that's right. He won't hold them up too long, I don't think. So yeah, at the moment Ian Ford hasn't really made... He's only making 0.2 of a second back on his teammate Timothy Jackson at this stage.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's definitely going to find it hard pressed to catch up, as Ian's actually dropping Lee at the moment. So looks like that they've got Lee sorted out at the moment. So yeah, he's definitely going to be pushing and trying to get onto his teammate.
And I tell you what, Corey is Timothy is having a bit of trouble getting past Corey Osborne at the moment in the number 76 Direct Clutch rough. He's cleared him now, but it took him a few corners there.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's I know as myself as a driver, and I'm going to be lapped. I'd like to get out the road. I mean, I don't really want to hold anyone up personally, because look, it's no good to hold them up. The driver's going to be frustrated. I know I would be if you're trying to lap a car and they're holding you up. But hey, look, people do things differently to others. So yeah, but he's got around cleanly, and he's on his march towards keep going at the front there.
Yeah, that's right. And to be fair, Timothy does have a 19.8 second gap, so losing half a second probably wouldn't affect him too much at this stage of the race.
Yeah, for sure, Benny. Nothing to be too unsettled about. He did it patiently. He waited for the right time, got the job done, and he's away again. So good driving.
So it looks like Corey doesn't want to hang around, because I think that's Brett Spicer on his tail, which could explain why he was pushing so hard at that point.
Yeah, it looks like. Yeah, I think you're right there, Bernie. So it makes it hard, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. He doesn't want to cost himself a position, especially when the leader has such a big gap. But they both cleared each other without contact, so good driving by both of them.
Yeah, for sure, Bernie. It's very hard as you're trying to battle your own position and not go down a lap at the same time, but and trying to make sure that you do the right thing. It gets really hard, and if you got teammates, that's the beauty about this. They can coax you into where you can let them go cleanly, and hopefully you get sorted without too many issues.
Yeah, that's right. So, folks, the cars that are struggling at this point, we've had no retirements. But Philip Stoneman in the IRFF BMW's 2 laps down. Raymond Steer now in the Redback Racing BMW is 2 laps down and struggling. And Luke Betts in the Maverick Welding Rough is 5 laps down at this stage.
Yeah, a little bit of credit there for your boys there in the BMW Rough there, Bernie. They might be a little bit struggling, but they've only gone down 2 laps, considering the information, like with Tim having those issues that he is. So, look, I just hopefully he's done enough laps tonight for them to count, because, that's one of the things that you don't want to happen tonight.
Well, that's right, and 2 laps down's not too bad considering they did drop out, and Raymond's in the car now, so we'll see how they go to the end of this race.
Yeah, we just need to see how many lap Tim's done tonight, and look, it looks like Raymond's okay, but there is a yellow little marker there on what I can see there, Bernie, tonight, and it looks like Tim still needs to pull in a few more laps, so look, let's hope he can get on track and do those laps enough so that they count tonight, because I know he won't be enjoying this tonight whatsoever. Yeah,
that's right. That question mark over whether his internet will be good enough to allow him to do that driver stint or not is a question mark which will be answered, I guess, in the next couple of hours as we look at Tim Jackson in the lead now. His lead is 19.7 seconds. And he's pulled 0.3 of a second gap over Ian Ford in that lap. Yeah,
so Tim's doing a great job there. If they put a short bit of fuel in, he's going to have a couple of tenths every lap on him. So, look, he's going to keep breaking away. But I'll tell you what, Ian Ford has absolutely pulled away from Lee Ellis here. He's gapped him by quite a few now. He's 3 seconds, nearly 4 seconds in front of him. So he's definitely got the handle on that McLaren now.
Oh, definitely. And this race is starting to be dominated by the Maverick Welding Roughs at the moment. This team is just getting better and better as the weeks go on, as they get their mojo going in 2015.
Yeah, Bernie, I think as we saw last week when we covered the AEC there, they had quite a few issues through that race. No fault of their own for most of it, but once you have 1 or 2 issues, then the whole night sort of went pear-shaped for them. But good to see them bounce back, and they're out the front there and doing well for their team, doing well for their sponsors, and driving the car that we know that they can. So, no, it's very well done tonight.
Yeah, exactly. We'll just go through the top 10, folks. So at the moment, we've got Timothy Jackson out front in the Maverick Welding Rough, followed by his teammate Ian Ford in second. Lee Ellis in the Trans Tasman Racing McLaren still hanging in there in third. Nico Brandt, IndyCar Enthusiast Racing, fourth. Adam Newton in the KRF BMW in fifth. Colin Christopher Osborne, Direct Clutch Motorsport, sixth. Justin McEwen, 3Cs Craft Beer. So the 3Cs have dropped back a fair bit at this stage. They were up fighting for the lead before the first pit stops. Brace Morrow in the Blackadder Motorsport BMW is in 8th. Paul Mansell in Team IRFF BMW 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is Glenn Firth in the MF Tech BMW.
Yeah, Bernie, I don't know what Rod's doing here, but he's definitely holding up these two guys at the moment. He's a lap down, and geez, they're struggling to get around him here at the moment. As it's just not really. I know he wants to stay in front, but it's not really good at the moment.
No, he's got to step aside and let these guys through, because they're just bunching up behind him and costing them a lot of time. And they would not be happy with this one bit.
Oh no, for sure, Bernie. Like, he blocked all the way down the main straight there, or maybe he pulled off to the left. But these guys were trying to overtake, from what I saw. So yeah, it wasn't real pretty at all.
Okay, we'll just keep an eye on this, folks, as we see if these guys can get past him. But now he's pulling out a bit, so he's definitely not giving them any grace, I guess you could say.
Yeah, like, I only just caught the back of it, Bernie, so I don't know if he's gone in for his pit stop and he may have fresher tyres. I don't know, but he's definitely a lap down, and geez, those blue flags would have been waving. So I know if I was one of the drivers in front, especially Braith, I'd be going off my head about it, because now he's on the racing line there, so I'm unsure what happened there.
Yeah, it looks like he's actually going quicker than those blokes, so maybe they had some car trouble and he's just trying to recover from that. Because Lewis was, who was it in that car there? I think it's Braith at the moment. He's starting to fall back now.
Yeah, Braith's in that car, so I'm just trying to see if I can get back to what happened there, Bernie, but look, I haven't seen him coming out of the pits. I don't know what the story is at the moment, but looks like he's been battling on there for a while. So yeah, it looks like he was coming back through them. So maybe he's got fresher tyres than them, and just working his way back, because it looks like he was rounded him up. So he's definitely quicker. So my bad for saying that he was blocking. It looks like that he was just quicker and trying to protect his line and get away from him, Bernie.
Yeah, it looks like they might have had some sort of car issue, and he's just trying to get his way back through the field. They're currently one lap down, so but he's definitely got the pace. So my apologies to Rod if we made it sound like he was blocking.
Yeah, my apologies too, Rod. I went back through and checked that. So, but look, we call it when we see it, and then we go back and double check. So I'm glad I went through and checked that. But yeah, definitely got the pace now there, Bernie.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to get our cameras to work. 1 minute.
Yeah, you're right, Bernie. So at the moment, Timothy Jackson is out in the lead by 19.1 by my screen. I know Bernie's got a more up-to-date vision than I do. Followed by his teammate Ian Ford, doing a fantastic job out there. Followed by Lee Ellis in that McLaren. So it's good to see that McLaren up there. They're doing an awesome job up there tonight. But I'll tell you what, these IndyCar enthusiast racing team with Nico Brandt in the car is actually gaining on this McLaren. So looks like the McLaren's starting to struggle here, Bernie, tonight.
Yeah, I'm having a look at the times. He's in the 134.7s. The other guys are in the 133.4s. So yeah, he's definitely dropping a second a lap at the moment in that McLaren. Yeah,
maybe it's not Lee's absolute liking, because I know it's a bit hard trying to get a car suited for two drivers, let alone three. So, or yourself. So, yeah, no, he's probably struggling with the setup a little bit. The car's not behaving the way he would like it. So, he's just got to stick at it and get through his stint and hand it back over, probably.
Yeah, definitely looks that way, as he is coming under pressure now. From Nico Brandt.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually loses this, Bernie, but geez, what are we up? We pitted around lap 40, so we're looking around about lap 80, I assume, Bernie. here or there to next pit stop. So, geez, we're only halfway through this stint at the moment.
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, I'm not sure what it is as we have a look now at Nico closing in on this McLaren. He's definitely a little bit off the pace there at the moment.
Yeah, unsure, Benny. Like I said, it's very hard to speculate in Lee's case. You know, like I said, you know, if he's not 100% happy with his car, he's not going to drive it as fast as he can. Oh man, that was a late dive in there, Bernie. I can tell you that was heart and mouth sort of stuff then.
Yeah, we're having a look out the back of Lee's car then, and I must say I did hold my breath a little bit, but down the straight and that, he's definitely got the pace. I just think the BMW's being able to outbrake him.
Yeah, well, it seems like it is a rough BMW track tonight. The McLaren is struggling a little bit, especially through the back section here. Like, we'll see him come down here. Nico's going to have the draft as per normal, but yeah, well, let's see if he can outbrake him as he dives in. No, thinks twice about it, so not too comfortable trying to outbrake him there, Bernie.
No, that's right. He definitely wasn't pulling in Lee down that straight at that time, so Lee's doing a fantastic job in keeping the BMW behind him and keeping in third position.
No, Lee does a stellar job. I know that. I've been watching him now, so does a stellar job behind the wheel. And look, I'm pretty impressed with these guys on how well they're driving the McLaren. There's only a few of you guys out there that run it, so they're doing a stellar job here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. It just looks like he's struggling just a little bit through that tight section, but he's definitely holding his own. Yeah,
for sure, Bernie. It's one of those things. We know cars are suited to different tracks, so looks like tonight the rough is probably the one to have around here. BMW second, the McLarens, and look, who knows with the GTs? As we said, they're not being run too often, so you know, if we get some good steerers in those GTs, we never know. They could be up near the front there with the McLarens.
Yeah, well, that's right. But as you said, it's definitely a rough night tonight, as in RUF, not ROUGH. And by the looks of it, the roughs are taking up most of those positions in the top 10.
Yeah, unfortunately, Bernie, it is pretty rough for me tonight because of my connections. It's been one of those nights for me. A late start for you, and I've been having glitches with my screening. So, yeah, it's been one of those nights, hasn't it?
Oh, definitely. It's, you know, I think we were in a bit of strife before we even started. So, but, you know, we're pulling it together, folks, and we hope you're enjoying the broadcast out there.
Yeah, and I can see here now Christopher Osborne's on the back of Adam here, so it's getting a bit close up here, Bernie.
Yeah, he'll be looking to make a move here, I'd say.
I tell you what, they're not doing too bad, even with the 15-second penalty going too quick into the pit lane there. He's done quite well, and oh geez, what happened there with Adam? He's just gave him the position. He just rolled over there by the look of it, Bernie.
It definitely looked like he had definitely lifted the way Christopher shot around the outside of him there. Yeah,
very unusual. If I was going to let a driver through, I'd probably wait to the down into turn one here, Bernie, because you're not going to lose any time, and if you give him the corner, you can sit behind him and follow him around. So very unusual then. Yeah,
we're riding on the nose of Christopher at that stage, and I must say it was pretty close there. Could have been some heavy contact there if Christopher wasn't aware of what was about to happen.
Just goes to show how good these drivers are. Like something like that, you quickly move the car and get around. So good job by Christopher there.
That's right, and I can't hear what's happening on the team radios, but for the guys out there that are new to iRacing or new to sim racing, the drivers can communicate with each other. So Adam might have said, up here, go wide, and I'll give you the position.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything come through either, Bernie, so it was very unusual. And look, I think Christopher's going to be on the back here of these two boys in a minute in third and fourth. So, geez, we're going to have a three-way battle here soon.
Yeah, he's definitely pushing. He did a 134.2 compared to the guys in front, a 134.49 and a 134.39. So he's definitely starting to pull them in.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if Nico is just sitting here behind Lee at the moment just to try and save a bit of fuel. Just because the BMW might be a little bit heavier on fuel and he's trying to save fuel here. Wouldn't surprise me. The guys think about stuff like this. I know the couple of guys I race with and we muck around, we think about different strategies and try and get one up just to make us look a little bit better.
Yeah, we do the same, and who knows, he might, this stage of the race, we're just over halfway, or a little bit over halfway now, so maybe he's just pacing himself, keeping that car in one piece so that they're in a good position to fight when the laps count down.
Yeah, for sure, Bernie. It is third place after all. These guys are fighting for third, so it is a podium. Doesn't matter which way you look at it. You're on the top, on one of the top steps there. So, and you will get recognised as we're doing now.
Exactly right, and Lee and Nico would be all too aware that Christopher Osborne's pulling them in. So the more these two, if they were fighting amongst each other, the easier it would be for Christopher to pull in. So maybe they've decided just to tuck in and keep those lap times up as fast as they can make them happen.
Well, that's right, Bernie. It's not a silly idea. We're not all silly people. We do have ideas, and that's what our teammates are there to help us go through. Because I know when that helmet's on, you seem to forget everything you've been told. So, obviously, getting the words through your teammate.
Well, that's right. It's these enduros is very much about the team manager looking at the long-term view and coaching their drivers through these races, whether it's driving to a number, a fuel number, or telling him just to follow because Christopher is pulling him in. It's, as you said, when you got the helmet on as a driver, you're very narrow visioned, I guess you could say. You only really know what's happening around that car.
Yeah, for sure, Bernie. When you're in that car, that's all it's about, and you're trying to do the best you can. So I know I've had my teammate in my ears before just to keep me calm, so definitely helps. So I'm sure these drivers are doing the same thing, and geez, Ian Ford is on a mission here. He's taken a couple of seconds out since we've last looked at his lap times, and he's been banging in 33.4s, 33.7s, so he's around the 33.5 second mark there, Bernie, and catching up to his teammate, because I'm sure his teammate's up closer to the 34s there.
Yeah, his teammate's in the 134s, and he's lapping nearly a second faster at this stage, so he's definitely working hard to pull his teammate in. The gap now, folks, is 16.7 seconds to the leader as Ian Ford laps Timothy Schweck in the Ford GT3.
Yeah, so Ian's doing a good job here, Bernie. He's still got a few more laps to reel him in, which if he keeps going at this pace, a second a lap, he should get pretty close. So this is going to get real interesting come for the last stint, Bernie.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I'm not sure what Timothy's team did, but they definitely did something different to all the other guys in that first stop to be some 11 seconds quicker than all the others. So yeah, we'll see what happens after the next stop.
Yeah, like I said, Benny, I put down tyres. Like, I know 8 seconds is tyres, but as Brendan may have alluded to, they may have short-filled it, which also can work out. And if they do their numbers, sit there and work their numbers out, obviously they can hit numbers. And the way that these guys drive, it wouldn't surprise me if they could actually hit those numbers quite consistently and accurately.
Yeah, well, Brenton would know about the tyres as he's deeply involved in that team, so maybe they did just go light. Who knows? We can only speculate as commentators. We don't have the inside goss on a lot of these things, so anyway, we'll see. If they did short fill, I would expect them to have a bit of, as we've had heavy contact there between Lee Ellis. We'll have a look at that replay. 1 minute.
Yeah, I'll find out that. I missed that. I was focused on the leader there. Oh, yeah. I only got a little bit there, Bernie, but yeah, this wasn't pretty. These guys were fighting here, so we should all just come to a head at the last minute there.
Yeah, fortunately, Lee managed to keep that McLaren straight. If anything, it cost Nico a position, as we see Christopher Osborne now starting to pull in Lee Ellis.
Very good, and our co-commentator is actually racing there, Bernie. He's in the ERA number 5 at the moment there.
Oh, okay. I was just having a look there. I tell you what, this McLaren has just been rear-ended now by Christopher Osborne, so they're definitely beating on the back of this McLaren at this stage.
Yeah, it must be one of those things, Bernie. It's getting in the wars there. It's going a little bit slow, but geez, these drivers, I thought they were a little bit, they should be able to adjust and get themselves through. And geez, we're only halfway through. You bash your car up. I mean, geez, you got to get it fixed and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, they got to settle down a little bit. They still got a walls to go.
I think it's just that the McLaren's braking a lot earlier, and it's putting them off a bit because they're used to braking later, and they're just running in the back of the McLaren under brakes.
Yeah, I suppose with Chris here at the moment, he hasn't actually been close to the front since he started his stint, so he wouldn't know what Lee is like through his braking. But yeah, it's catch you out. But I'm surprised with Nico there having issues, but I suppose with Christopher right up his rear end as well, that sort of got all the blood rushing to the head. So a little bit of driver error slightly, Bernie.
Yeah, definitely, and Christopher's definitely pushing now on the outside. I don't think he's going to make it, but we'll see.
Yeah, going in, he's done the right thing there. He left it a little bit later and put the power down a little bit earlier here to try and get himself a good draft up through to turn 1, Bernie.
Yeah, definitely, and there was slight contact again under brakes. In that hairpin. He's having a look on the outside. Yeah, he's going deep under brakes there. I think Lee let him through at that point.
Yeah, it was starting to get a little bit untidy here, Bernie. It's one of those things that, like, you're better off trying to lay over a little bit, because you can come back later and try and get the better out of the car. But geez, Lee's really struggling here at the moment, Bernie.
He definitely is. He's under attack now as Nico Brandt has taken him as well. You can just see they're just not going in nearly as deep under brakes as they were, even 5-10 laps ago. So maybe Lee's struggling a bit with tyres. 71 laps up. I guess when are they due for a pit? Probably in the next nine laps, I guess.
Yeah, Bernie, I'm estimating in nine odd laps, and Adam Newton's buying into this as well now. So with all that fighting that Lee was doing, trying to hold off these guys, he's fallen in the clutches of Adam, and he's got his radar on now, so he's looking forward to get a position as well.
Yeah, that's right. And we saw this earlier in the race with the McLaren where it did drop back and then it got its speed back. So maybe it's got overheating tyre issues or something, who knows. But they're definitely dropping back.
Oh yeah, for sure, Bernie. I mean, you're fighting in a car. Like I've noticed it a couple of times. I've tried to pace myself, and every time I've pushed myself a little bit to try and get around a car, it seems like every time I've got around them and I go into the next corner doing what I've normally done, the car just gets really loose and squirrely, and you just lose the car as Lee goes wide there. Geez, he's struggling.
He definitely is. You don't want to get wide out there, but fortunately he cut across the grass, kept it straight, and he's back on. But you're right there, he's definitely struggling with something in that car.
Well, like I said earlier, Bernie, it could be just the car setup. You know, he's probably not 100% happy, and I mean, for you guys as well, learning the McLaren, you're not 100% happy at the moment, so you're sacrificing a little bit. You know, you're braking a little bit earlier, trying to get the car settled to turn it in, just to feel the car underneath you. So at this time, I say Lee's not 100% happy with his setup in that car.
Yeah, definitely. And as we're looking now in positions 11 and 12, John King's coming under pressure now from Justin McEwen in the 3Cs Craft Beer BMW.
Yeah, they've dropped a fair way back, haven't they, Bernie? The 3Cs Craft Beer team. They were up there fighting for the lead earlier tonight.
Well, that's right. They were fighting for the lead. At one point they did have the lead, and now they find themselves in 12th position, lapping in the 135s at the moment. So I'd say they're not very happy with the setup of that car either at this stage.
Yeah, and geez, they're a minute behind, and another 30 seconds to the leader, and they'll be getting lapped. So yeah, it's not good at the moment. So look, hopefully they can get themselves sorted and push their way forward. But geez, they're going to struggle now from here now, Bernie.
Yeah, definitely. But we see this quite a lot in these Enduros. Guys that are up front earlier on, some of them do end up fading all the way back, which is unfortunately what we're seeing with the 3Cs Craft Beer at this stage.
Yeah, it's just something that those guys have to work on, I suppose. They got to get their team sorted and drivers and try and get that set up. It's all about preparation. I used to laugh watching videos and saying that you've got to really treat it like a job or a profession, and now that I've been doing it for a little while, Bernie, you've really got to put the effort in to get the most out of these things.
Oh, definitely. You definitely have to put the miles in, and we just had a look then. The 3Cs Craft Beer ran really wide coming off the straight, and he's dropped a number of positions, so they're definitely struggling with this car tonight.
Yeah, Benny, and I've just had a look there. It looks like Timothy's put that gap back on. Like Ian was dropping it down, but maybe Ian's used all these tyres, and because Timothy's out the front there, cruising along at his own pace, he's looked after the tyres and starting to spread this gap in. So, geez, it'll be interesting soon, won't it?
I definitely will. I'm just trying to work out. He's still got quite a bit of a gap to catch, 18 seconds, but he's also got a good buffer of a good 17-18 seconds over Christopher Osborne at the moment.
Yeah, and haven't they done a fantastic job coming from a pit lane speeding penalty to come up at the moment into third position? So, you know, you take 15 seconds off of that, Bernie. So, look, geez, they'd be in second place right now. Or close to second place, wouldn't it? 15, yeah, 9, yeah, they'd be fighting for second place, actually, sorry.
As we see Timothy Jackson lapping Raymond Steer in the Redback Racing BMW. So he's now lapped down to 16th position at this point.
Yeah, and I think he's just cruising, Bernie. I mean, he wouldn't be pushing too hard, you know, and getting the respect off the drivers. Geez, look at that. He's done 33.8 his last lap, a 33.4, 33.8, 33.5, 33.8. So very consistent lap times there, Bernie.
Yeah, definitely. Even in traffic, he's still pushing out consistent lap times, which is great to see. You know, he's... you know, the number 99 car is quite a fast car. Unfortunately, last week in the AEC they ran into quite a lot of trouble, but up until then they were in the top, you know, top 3 or 4 of that race, and they definitely brought that form back here again this week at Interlagos.
Yeah, I suppose last week in the AEC was a big learning curve for everyone, and we had a lot of different cars and a lot of different drivers, and I suppose a few guys took it in as like a short race, you know, and pushed a little bit too hard to begin with. But look, they've bounced back. I mean, all credit. 1 week, you know, they were dejected and down, but this week they're up the front and got a 1-2 at the moment. So they're doing a fantastic job here tonight.
Definitely, and you know, with such a full racing calendar for a lot of these guys, they, you know, once that race is done, they'll shake it off, look forward to the next one and start planning probably the very next day. But speaking of Daytona, I was watching the Daytona 24-hour, which is on in the real world at the moment, and they were just having the same issues we were last week, where they were restarting and cars were crashing in the first couple of corners. I think while I was watching it, they had 3 yellows in the space of 10 minutes. For similar issues we had last week.
Just goes to show, once you put that helmet on, Bernie, they're all the same. You just blindsided, and you're like a racehorse. You're just focusing on one thing. So good to see it that the guys on sim racing are just as passionate and gun-ho as the guys in real world.
Yeah, and it's good to see, you know, we can even simulate the amount of yellows we get in the real world compared to the virtual world.
Yeah, for sure. And I'd see that Timothy Ballinger is back in that car there, Bernie, and he's not letting go of Tim Jackson here at the moment, so he's picking up a few lines and trying to get his pace down and doing a good job there. So it looks like his internet issues may have sorted him out for tonight, so it looks like they'll get a finish tonight.
Yeah, we've just got to make sure that question mark over the amount of laps is answered. If he can get past that, then he can always hand the car back to Raymond to finish the race off. They did a pit stop of 54.8.
Yeah, that would have been a full load and new tyres there, Bernie, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely, it's in there. Scott Stevens had a short stop of 43.9, but these guys, you know, they're down 2 laps down at this stage, but it gives us an idea. A normal stop's between 43 and 54 as the back markers are now starting to pit, Adrian.
Yeah, Bernie, they would have been pitting in now, because I did see a few of them pit early, so they were getting their stops out the road, just trying to get out of sequence. So they're doing a good job there. Some of the guys, I mean, look at Aaron Pearce here tonight. He's way down in 24th with 2 laps down. So they had issues early on and haven't really recovered tonight. But look, they'll lick their wounds and come back next week and probably do a fantastic job next week.
Yeah, that's right. You know, after this, as I said, they'll all these guys will start looking towards next week and probably start planning that race from tomorrow night, I guess.
Yeah, for sure, Bernie. I mean, you're always thinking, after you finish one race, you're always thinking about the next race and trying to get things sorted. Biggest thing is trying to manage everything and get it sorted. That's one of the big things I have noticed with team racing, is trying to get yourself managed properly, and you can't get a task depending on what you can do yourself. Like for myself, I don't have a lot of time, so trying to manage my time is very limited, so it's really tight scheduling, but enjoying every minute of it.
Yeah, that's right. Just having a look, it looks like the number 5 Maverick Welding rough, its night's getting worse. It's obviously had a big impact somewhere, and it's sitting in the pits at the moment. It's been there now for 343 seconds, so their race might be done, Adrian.
Yeah, Bernie, they were having issues there earlier, and Brenton did allude earlier there before he took off that one of the drivers were having internet issues. So yeah, it's one of those things, having a tough night like everyone else, and it just snowballs, doesn't it, Bernie? You seems to keep struggling. Yeah, it looks like it's getting a lot of work there, as we've got another driver in the pit lane now with John. So he's in getting his pit out the road now, Bernie, and that should be it tonight.
That's right, he should be able to 39 laps to go, so he should be able to get that car home from here.
Yeah, that sounds like almost a full tank of juice. The boys were showing that they could do up to 40 odd laps, so not quite a full tank of juice, but we'll see how they go.
Yeah, we just had a look then of Lee Ellis coming under pressure from Adam Newton again in the KRF BMW Z4.
Yeah, we've got Adam Newton in the pits now, Bernie. He's pulled in now, so I'll keep an eye on this. So yeah, all the front runners are slowly coming in, but interesting one is we need to keep an eye out is the number 99 ERA car, because we know they've stopped a little bit earlier tonight. Oh, as Adam overshot the bits too, that's going to cost him a couple of seconds.
Oh, that's no good at all. Is he reversing? I guess he didn't go so far back that he can just pull it back a metre or so.
Yeah, he didn't go back too far, Bernie. He quickly got back in there, so it's only going to cost him a couple of seconds, but a couple of seconds is a big time, especially when he was fighting there just before.
That's right, and it looks like Braith Morrow's also in the pits in the Blackadder Motorsport BMW.
Yeah, we got a few guys come in, and I can see a few of them coming in. Yes, he's sitting in there. He just followed through. As Baden is back in the KRF rough there, he's off and away, and it looks like the 99's in, Bernie.
Yeah, Timothy's just come into the pits now, folks, receiving service. We'll see if Christopher follows him in. Yeah, it looks like Christopher's on his way in as well.
Yeah, so Tom's in the car now. So it's getting refilled and should be getting tyres on. So this will be interesting, Bernie, to get the times on this fuel stop.
Yeah, definitely. Nico Brandt also followed Christopher Osborne in, but Lee Ellis in the McLaren kept on going.
Very interesting, Bernie, trying to hold out, but geez, flies are everything around this track. I don't know if I want to be holding on too much longer. And it looks like this pit stop is definitely a little bit longer for these guys in the front.
Yeah, I'd expect it to be longer if they short fuel. They're already up to 55.2 seconds.
Yep, they're away now.
Yeah, that was a 55.2 second stop, where most of the guys are in the 43s to the 50s at this stage. So it definitely looks like they did short fill that last stop.
Yep, and it looks like Christopher Osborne is in the pits now. It looks like he's actually staying in the car there, Bernie, because the tyres are on and he's away. So definitely stayed in the car, Christopher.
Yeah, and he's also kept his lead over Nico Brandt. They both did a 51 second stop, those guys, compared to the leader of 55.2 seconds.
Yep, and we've got another driver for the IndyCar enthusiasts. They're using 3 drivers tonight. I'm sure it's 3 drivers. Krezmir Bresnik is in the car, or did he jump in there earlier, Bernie?
I think he was in the car earlier. So I'm not sure if there's 2 or 3 drivers as Lee Ellis goes around again.
Yeah, no, there was only 2 drivers, Bernie. That's how much we haven't been watching these guys. They've snuck up on us and doing a good job tonight.
Yeah, exactly right. But there's so much to cover. But I think we're keeping up with it.
I think we do a okay job there, Bernie. I'm quite happy here, and it's been doing pretty well tonight, as it looks like the 3C's car is right all over the back of Lee Ellis here, and he's going to have fresher tyres, I'm for sure.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get held up too long. That's, I think, Paul Mansell behind the wheel at the moment, as he has a look on the inside of Lee, and he makes that move stick. So that was good driving by both of those guys.
Yeah, I think, look, Lee's got to come in now, Bernie. He's losing too much time out there. If they leave him out there too much longer, he's actually going to drop like a stone here, and he's not even going to be close to the podium.
Yeah, I think he'll be coming in this lap. But you're right, they don't want to keep him out too long. He's, what did he do, a 134.5 the last lap.
Yeah, I reckon Tony will probably jump in here in this stint too. Lee seems like he struggled here. I wouldn't be surprised if they change driver as he pulls in now. So he's in to get his service now, Bernie.
Yeah, and also Ian Ford in the Maverick Welding Rough is also in the pits. So that's our top guys all coming in. As we can see now, Lee pulling in right in front of Ian.
Yep, and I can see that I'll keep an eye on this, Bernie. I'll watch this. It looks like Ian's still sitting there, so tyres are going on now for Ian, so he'll be out in a few seconds' time, as I'll keep an eye on... looks like Sean's got in there, so the boys from TTR are actually going for 3 drivers tonight.
That's an interesting move. I guess, you know, that way they can do 1 hour driving each and stay fresh.
Yeah, for sure, Bernie, and I've just checked the entries list there, so they've got 3 too, so they're definitely driving three drivers tonight.
Sorry, I'm back again. You don't have to drive 3 drivers if they're nominated, though, do you?
No.
I think you do. I think you do now, guys, because I know when I was talking to Tim there, he told me not to join the team just to go to watch, because you can actually get disqualified if all 3 drivers haven't driven the car.
Yeah, you sure? Because otherwise that means our number 2 team's going to have an issue because someone came in and didn't come in as a spectator, came in as a racer, and he shouldn't have. But he's got no intention of racing.
I'd have a quick look on the forums, Brenton, and if that's the case, just see if you can send off an email to the guys and try and get that rectified. But from what I heard from Tim, that if I joined in and I didn't get to drive, I could have disqualified him.
Yeah, I'd be looking at that rule because it says minimum 2 drivers, maximum 3. So I think you'd get away with just having 2, even if 3 were signed in. It's something that Gavin may need to clarify though, because it's sounding a bit confusing there.
Yeah, well, it could be. Once again, you know, I think we were playing it on the safe side, but yeah, I'd double check that, Brenton, because yeah, that certainly you don't want that sort of stuff happening. You could ruin a good race for that.
Too late now, mate. They've done their last stop. There's nothing they can do. So Ian Ford double stinted. Blake Coppo's in the car. So I hope that's not an issue for them. I would imagine common sense will kick in there, and they've had 2 drivers. One do 2 stints, one do 1. I'm sure that's not going to be an issue. I wouldn't think it'd be an issue. It shouldn't be.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. Having a look at these times, Timothy Jackson did a 55.2, Ian Ford did a 47.3. Are you sure Ian's in the car? Because we've got him waiting to come up for an interview.
No, he's definitely not in the car. Blake Coppo is in that car.
Okay, do you want to interview Ian Ford, Brenton?
No, thank you. You know, you guys can do that.
Alright, I'm going to reset the overlays. So do you want to have a chat with Ian, Adrian?
Yeah, I'll have a quick chat with Ian, Bernie. Hey Ian, welcome to Redback Racing TV. How's your night going, mate?
Yeah, pretty good, guys. I'm a bit more tired at this point in time than I thought I would be.
Yeah, been a tough one tonight with the heat and the track the way it is. So how's the car handling through the heat tonight?
Oh, car's handling bloody good. We did one little change before the race and it sorted the car out a lot better than it was in practice. It suffers a little bit of understeer, but I just drove it like a V8, used the rear, used the right hand foot, and you know, it held in pretty strong for about 82 laps.
Yeah, we noticed that you did a double stint there, mate. So you must be really tired after that. I know doing one stint for an hour is a big job, but doing two in a row, that certainly would take it out of you.
The car's handling definitely helped out. Like if I was fighting it the whole way, I would pretty much be going and having a nap right now. But you know, it handled good, and yeah, it was just such a long time behind the wheel. I started like forgetting to change gears and stuff. But you know, if anyone buys Caterham and stuff, I'm surely in for a drive because you know I actually finished a race distance there.
You certainly did there, and I see that your teammate actually short pitted their 99 team. They short pitted and actually got a bit of a stretch on you, and then we noticed that you were trying to come back, but that was after the battle that you had with the guys from TTR. So, by the way I was looking at it, they sort of held you up, but you really need to get it past them quite early to try and close this gap up to your teammate.
Oh, they held us up a little bit. Like I got by them, and then I absolutely screwed up the run onto the main straight, and that absolutely killed the speed down there. So they got back by, and after that, like I thought that the car in the lead was the main car. I didn't want the TTR boys to attack them, so you know, put on a bit of a defensive attack and held them up a little bit. And now we've just got to try and close the gap and try and take the lead. But you know, if not, we're completely happy with second. Just got to hang in there.
Well, sorry, boys. Well, we just had a bit of discussion about that with Aaron Hamilton coming in as a spectator or reserve type thing and not getting a race. And I asked the question whether you'll get disqualified or not. One says yes, one says no. There's no reason to have another pit stop now. I'm pretty confident you should be okay.
I'm pretty certain we've seen it done before. As long as that third driver didn't actually go in the car, then it should be completely fine.
At the moment, your team's coming up in red. Yeah, I hope he's okay. I really do. That would, common sense, like obviously Gavin's got some good head on his shoulders. He'd work that out, but you know, you'd like to think it'll all be okay.
Yeah, from the iRacing thing, I think it says that it needs about Blake needs about 15 laps in the car, so that'll easily get ticked over by the end. And Aaron hasn't actually come up, so he should be right.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I can see on the entries here, there's only actually two drivers driving it, so if you had a third one on there, it hasn't actually registered yet, so unless he gets in the car, then it'll probably register, so maybe you'll probably be fine, but we'll keep an eye on it, guys. I mean, we don't want to see this turn into too much of an issue, but no, you're doing great. Enjoying the racing. You guys are doing a great job out there tonight.
Yeah, it's been a bloody good effort from the Maverick Welding team. Third car had a few issues and it's retired since then, but you know, the top two guys, we've been running in the top four all the race. We just need to keep it that way to the end. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
No, well, after last week's debacle with, I think, mainly all the team, you've got to be pretty chuffed to bounce back and be up the front now tonight.
Yeah, good thing we know someone that builds chassis, so we got all new chassis for this week, and they seem to be doing well.
Just sorry, we got Tim Jackson underneath as well. Bernie, do you want to have him as here at the same time and get the ERA boys having a chat? There we go.
Hey Timothy, welcome to RRTV. We've got your mate Ian Ford up here at the same time. So how's your race going, mate?
Yeah, solid, mate. Really good. Struggled a bit with the stint, but Tommy's doing a good job, and you can see Blake jumped in the car for the second car, and I think she could be a very close finish.
Yeah, while you're up here, Bernie and I were discussing it. There's about team orders. We've got 1-2, so the discussion is, do you guys go for it, or is there team orders?
Absolutely no team orders.
There's a team order, Mr. Jackson. Don't hit each other.
That's what I want to hear on telly. We were getting a little bit of no team orders, and the boss is saying, yes, there is team orders, don't hit each other. So just like a good team manager.
I'm not the boss, but I'm someone who's really thrilled with what the boys are doing, and I know Jacko's done a lot of work again this week and had the benefit of official series being here a couple of weeks ago, and so started this week in front compared to where they normally are with setups. But getting the setups is one thing, and getting guys like Ian and Tom and Blake now, and obviously Jacko driving the cars is another thing, and they're just putting in some solid laps. Jonesy's last lap of 32.9, that's just clearing out at the moment, and the guys are doing so well.
Yeah, so Tim, getting out there, we were asked Ian earlier that he's done a double stint, and you guys did a short fill in your pit stop, and it sort of worked out that you've still got that lead that you short pitted, because it was roughly a 10-second short fill to your teammate. So looks like that gap's still present at the moment.
Yeah, it was something that we did obviously at Phillip Island in round 1, and it worked well, so we kind of stuck with that theory. We'd spread the cars out early in the race, and we didn't want to race too much with obviously Tony and the 3 Beers car, and we just wanted to stay very, very safe, and we knew once we pitted that early time we'd have a jump on the leaders, and hopefully we had the speed at the end to maintain it, so we'll see how we go.
And Jacko, as a hardened BMW driver, I know Mick Ford and I went hard sell on you with the rough. There's good tracks for the rough and there's bad tracks, so surely, at the moment it's looking like a great track for the rough. How have you found the difference between the rough and the BMW?
Oh, look, I think they're worlds apart, but they've got their own positives and negatives. I still like the Beamer, but every week that I'm running the rough, it's definitely starting to grow on me, and all depends what happens next season with the new builds and whatnot, for a public series. Who knows? But yeah, the rough's doing well this season.
Yeah, that's a sad thing there, Tim. It looks like you're stuck with the rough for the rest of the year with the AEC. So
that's fine.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be moving out of the rough at all. I'd be sticking with it, seeing you've got the AEC at the moment.
Not like those races are too long or anything.
Nah, or incident free.
Yeah, they're pretty quick one. We have been watching. They're pretty well much a sprint race every 10 minutes, I think.
What's that after the yellows?
Yeah, for sure. But hey, look, guys, you're doing a fantastic job as per normal. Seeing you race up the front a fair few times this year. Been really good seeing you guys out the front, especially a new team like yourselves, and you got the backing there. So fantastic job by all you guys. And look, let's hope it keeps going through the season and put on a good show for us.
Yeah. No, thanks, mate. Thanks, guys. No multi 21 either.
Anyone you want to thank and put a shout out to while you're still here?
Yeah, mate. All the rest of the guys that have spent the last week getting in there and doing a few laps here and there. Mick Ford and Luke Betts unfortunately didn't really get to feature in the back end, but they've been there putting the time in and working on the sets. Obviously our sponsor, our major sponsor with the GT3s, Maverick Welding. Without their assistance and I guess other assistance from other places, we wouldn't have the sets we do.
And it's been good 2 weeks without Brenton hanging around as well too, isn't it? All right, guys.
There's no love.
No, there's definitely no love here, mate. We'll have that discussion later.
Good on you, boys. Keep it up, guys, and yeah, we'll see you at the finish line.
Thanks, Bernie.
Thank you.
Keep going, guys. Good job. The amazing thing there, Adrian, is that now that I'm back after those 2 weeks, at the moment, with a few laps to go, the boys are running 1 and 2, so they've obviously missed me a little bit.
Not from the comments we got in the first week, Brenton. I think they were clapping their hands that you were gone, so...
Mate, I was in early beach, don't worry, I was clapping my hands. I actually ran a few laps in this race tonight. I wasn't happy with the car I was given. It was a complete mess, so I did probably 3 or 4 laps and I just parked it. It was not going well at all.
Yeah, I did allude to Bernie earlier that what was going on, so it was one of those things. We did see it in the pits for a little while.
Yeah, no, and even when it came out, it still wasn't right, so I'm not going to trip anyone over. So looking forward next week, the Daytona 24-hour race. I know we've got a team that'll be competing in that. we're actually knocking on the door of having 2 teams at the moment. So, yeah, we're looking forward to that. It's going to be a hell of a race.
Benny, you want to go through the top 10 for us and let the viewers know where everyone is?
Yeah, no worries. So we've got Tom Jones, Maverick Welding in front. He's 11 seconds over Blake Coppo now in Maverick Welding Evolution Racing Australia. Ruff, the sister car. Christopher Osborne is in third. How far down? 17 seconds down from second at this point. Mr. Prznicki in the IndyCar Enthusiast Racing is fourth. Sean Kelly fifth. Baden Reed in KF Racing sixth. Lewis Kugerly, Blackadder Motorsport, is in seventh. Sean McMahon, MF Tech eighth. Guy Leach ninth. And rounding out our top 10 is Paul Mansell in the team IRFF BMW.
Thanks there, Bernie. And geez, I tell you what, guys, I'm just having a quick look at these lap times that these 3 front runners are going. And look, I'm sorry to say, but I can't see a hell of a lot changing in the next few laps. These guys are punching out about similar lap times, so these guys aren't moving at all. Just a few lap cars might slow them down a bit, but geez, I think they're in the positions tonight.
Yeah, it just makes it so much easier when you've got a car that's easy to drive as well. You know, you don't. Like, these guys are all good drivers. I seriously think Blake Coppo is one of the most underestimated drivers in iRacing because he doesn't do a hell of a lot. But when he gets behind a wheel, a young fella from Mackay, Queensland, does a fair bit of go-karting as well. But he can just show what he does. And, you know, I'm not sure what his plans are for other events. But when he gets behind the wheel, he's just such a smooth driver, and his racecraft is magnificent.
Hey, Bernie, I've just seen Prznicki there a bit slow. It looks like he's come off there in turn 1. Had a really big outbraked himself or something through there. Really bad.
Right, we'll have a look at the replay here.
Yeah, well, he's dropped back at 6th place, I think. So, yeah, good pick there.
Yeah, he just got really unsettled getting into turn 1. I know it can catch you out. There's a bump there getting in turn 1 and it can throw you around. So he hasn't really done a lot of damage to the car, but yeah, definitely slowed down and lost a few positions there.
I was going to say on the replay, he went heavily into the wall outside on the first corner, and he's got substantial damage to the right of his car at this stage.
Yeah, it just looks like the car's grabbing a little bit there. I'd be surprised if he doesn't have to pit that. That looks like it's struggling. And what that does is bring Baden Reed up in the KRF and Adam Newton's car, the 72 Rough, into the top 5. And just having a look at Prznicki now, whether he pits or not. No, he seems to be able to keep it going, but it's going to be fairly off the pace here, obviously, with that incident, 45-1.
Yeah, his wheel's actually pointing straight, so that's one thing. He hasn't done really too much damage to the steering, but he may have upset the camber or something on the car too, and a bit of loose aero, especially on here with these big straights. You're going to lose a lot of time, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm just having a look down there, guys. We've got Nathan Herpatz from Selby Racing. I might bring him up and have a quick chat and get these guys through before we get into the last stage of this race.
Yeah, we've got, what, about 20 laps to go, if that?
Yeah, about, just over 24 laps. Hi Nathan, welcome to RRTV's commentary booth. How's your race going tonight, mate?
Yeah, pretty good, guys. A lot better than the last few rounds, which we had some mistakes and some issues, but yeah, been running smoothly, picked up a few places and sitting in 15th at the moment.
So you've got Chris keeping in the car, is that correct?
Yeah, Chris is a new addition to the team as Sean, our team manager, couldn't make it this weekend.
Okay, so you boys have been staying out of trouble for most of the night, or did you have any dramas earlier on in the race, or...?
No, we successfully avoided some first lap incidents, so really kept it pretty clean, only a few minor mistakes. And I guess the only disappointing thing for us is that our quali time really wasn't quite good enough, but it was so close. Extra couple of tenths on my lap would have put us in 10th spot, and that's sort of the race pace we have. So a little bit to work on next time.
Yeah, well, I'm having a look at the overlays here. You started in 19th, so you've gained 4 positions during the race, which is nothing to be sneezed at, that's for sure. So I think you guys are doing well tonight.
Yeah, just a couple of overtakes, which was good, and making our way through and getting better every week, which is what we want.
Fantastic. So before we let you go, is there anyone you'd like to thank for having you guys here tonight?
Yeah, a bit of a shout out to Sean, who's probably having a few cold ones watching the race on YouTube, and to selby.com.au, our sponsor. So yeah.
So, just before you go, Nathan, just saw you did 80 laps straight at the start, mate. That's a double stint. It's a fantastic performance. How are you feeling coming up to the end of such a long stint?
Yeah, not bad actually. It was the first time I've done a double stint in one of these enduros. So our plan was that if our pace was good, the car was clean, that we'd do a double. It'd be the best strategy time-wise, and yeah, we played around with the traction control a little bit in the second stint, which hurt the rear tyres a bit, so it was getting a little bit tougher towards the end of my stint, but I was still bashing out some low 134s, which is pretty reasonable, I think. So yeah, it was good.
Oh, well, you, Bernie.
No, it's all right. I was just going to say, fantastic, well done. Keep up the good effort and get that car home.
We will. Thanks, guys, and great job broadcasting. It's really good. Great job you're doing.
So we've got Rod Pinder down there to be interviewed. Adrian, does Brenton or Adrian want to do this interview?
Yeah, just before we do though, if that's all right, Brzezinski, after his instance, 34.3s is obviously second and a half off the pace. He's got Lewis Kugali chase him down, so he's picking up significant time here. At the moment it's 8 seconds different. Lewis is just over a second lap behind, in front of quicker than him. Also Shane McMahon, the MF Tech, car 19 in position 8, so there's going to be some issues there for Brzezinski, I would imagine, as the race goes on. He is well off the pace. I'm just going to check his lap time here before I have a chat with Rod. Just having a look. Yeah, 33.9, it's back on the pace. It's not too bad, but yeah, there's some damage there. But yeah, we'll have a chat. Rod, welcome to Redback Racing TV, round 6 of an SEK Queensland Endurance Series, mate. Welcome to the broadcast. How's your race going so far?
Yeah, g'day guys. Not too good actually. We had lap 1 contact, so we had to pit after a few laps, and we've sort of been chasing our tail since then, really. So running at the back of the pack, but we've got some good pace, which is promising.
So how much time have you had to practice this midweek with your setups and things like that? Obviously, unfortunately, with your lap 1 incident, I personally didn't see it, so I can't judge anything on it. But how much practice did you put in during the week? And obviously, with the official series running at VIR this week, how did you go there?
Well, I'm not running the official series, so that takes a bit of time. But yeah, not too much practice this week for me. I did one night's practice during the week. Troy's done a few more, so he's set the car up for us this week, and he's got a good setup, so we're really happy with the car. But yeah, only the one night's practice for me, but it's always a shame when you have contact on the first lap, and not too good when the people you have contact with are your 2 teammates. So there was three iOS Fun cars all involved in that lap 1 incident. So second time this season we've done that, so I think we need to work on that.
Well, for those who didn't see it, including myself, what actually happened turn 1?
There was quite a lot of action on lap 1, and it was halfway around the lap, swinging into one of the hairpins, and we just went 3 wide, and it was very light contact, but it was enough to damage our front wheel and spin us around. Just one of those things that happens on a tight, twisty course like this.
And the plan now, Troy, would be able to see it to the finish from here, I'd imagine?
Yeah, we had a plan just to run 3 stints. Troy started and we'll finish. And he's running some pretty good pace now. He's pumping in some low 33s, which is pretty good. So hopefully he can bring it home.
Well, actually, just the last lap whilst you're talking, was lap 94 for your team. He's just punched out a 1:33.0, the fastest lap of the race for your car. And as we speak, he's actually going past the car in 4th place, Sean Kelly's TTR McLaren MP4. So yeah, no, fantastic effort by Troy. It could be one of those races where you have hurley dramas and just seem to be able to put the pedal to the metal and not worry about the consequences so much and just pick up what you can. So up into 19th place now, still on the same lap as up into 15th. So still potential there to gain a few spots.
Yeah, definitely. We're not giving up. We're running hard to the end and see how many places we can get. We've had good pace pretty much all season. The pace is there, it's not a problem, but we haven't really put the lap together in quali. Our grid slots haven't been too good all year, but in the race we've had definitely top 10 and sometimes top 5 pace, but we haven't strung together a clean race yet, so that's the target. We had a good chat about it before the race today, about having a clean race, and it lasted about half a lap, but those things happen, don't they?
And your sister car with Guy Leach in the car at the moment, the 22 Rough, it seems to be going well up into 9th place. There's a potential there to make another spot too, with a car in front having some problems, so they'd be pretty happy with that result.
Yep, we've got a few cars there bordering on the top 10, so hopefully Guy or the 2 Pauls can bring home a good result for the RS1 team.
Yeah, they've got Mansell and Hamilton really on the hammers there, so a bit of work to do yet. But mate, yeah, these first lap problems happen from time to time, we know that, but mate, still running the race up to the 19th, haven't given up, so good job. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to at all?
Just all the guys from my race for fun. It's really good fun being part of a team. They let me join this year, so yeah, we're having a really good time and sharing a lot of information and setups. It just makes the racing so much more interesting rather than running around on your lonesome. So yeah, it's good fun running with the boys, so thanks for having me on board. And also to you guys, I think you do a fantastic job with this broadcast. Well done putting everything together.
And actually, before you leave, you guys got to be congratulated on a great first up effort last week's round 1 at AEC. 7th, 8th, 9th over the line, I think it was. So that was a great result for you guys.
Yeah, the guys put in a good result there. Yeah, we hope to keep that going as well. We'll run both the AEC and the SEK series this year, so we'll see how we go.
Well, good on you, Rod. Good job tonight, mate. I know there's some issues. There's still a long way to go, not just tonight's race, but in the season. So, yeah, keep up the good work.
Yep, thanks, guys. We'll talk soon.
Good on you, Rod. Rod Pinder there from Team IRFF, racing the Rough up to 19th place after having some early dramas.
Yeah, fantastic. I might bring Tim Ballinger up. He's just joined Redback Racing, and they're in a wars tonight, so I just want to find out about if he was having internet connection issues tonight. Tim Ballinger, welcome to RRTV's commentary booth. We've noticed you've been in the wars again tonight. What exactly has gone wrong tonight for you guys?
NBN update at 6:30 tonight.
Okay, so you're getting NBN, or you're just having NBN issues?
Oh no, we've been on NBN for a while, but yeah, I've managed to sort all the other problems out. I've had no problems all day, and then yeah, they decided to do an update, an unannounced update is what they said when I rang them, so yeah, they buggered it.
Okay, that's bad luck. Apart from that, how's your race been going tonight with Raymond as your co-driver?
Yeah, apart from that, everything's gone to plan. Like, yeah, it's just a shame with 2 laps down after 10 laps. You know, we're nearly in 10th place when I dropped out, so could have been a lot better, but I guess could have been a lot worse. We're still trucking along, so that's all you can hope for. Yeah,
well, that's right, and it's good to see you boys out there running, flying the flag for the Redback team. It looks like your sister car Warren Pickering didn't make it tonight.
Yeah, unfortunate for Warren, yeah. We were hoping to put on a better show. Like, we put in a heap of practice this week. The setup we had for the race was brilliant. I mean, coming out of the pits and running with Timothy Jackson there for a fair while, and yeah, just like the car had the pace. It's just a shame we had the drop out. So, but that's racing.
Yeah, well, that's right. And so, what's for you guys next week? Where does anyone know where we're going next week?
Pretty sure it's Okayama next week, the 2 hours. So yeah, we did all right there last time. So hopefully we'll do all right again.
Okay, fantastic. And yeah, so is there anyone you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Big shout out to the Redback Racing team and all the boys there. Big shout out to RRTV, who's got the sponsor on the car, and thanks to you guys for hosting, and thanks to everyone in the race, and thanks to everyone home at watching. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Well, what was I going to say? Okay, I'll catch up with you soon, Tim. I'm getting tired.
No worries, boys. Thanks for that. Catch you later.
See you, Tim.
See you, mate.
Adrian, can you just have a look at something, take over for a minute? I've just got to look into a technical issue we're having with one of the cars here.
Yeah, no worries, Bernie. Yeah. So, guys, geez, this battle at the front, it's nothing too spectacular, but I can see these guys are trading lap times after lap time, so definitely getting interesting up the front here at the moment. Brenton, they're certainly pushing out the numbers, but no one's really gaining anything at the moment.
No, they're not, but I don't think they're really... I know they're pushing out the numbers, but they'll be doing it fairly easy, to be honest with you. I do firmly believe that the rough is favoured here at this track. You know, 4 of the top 5 cars are the roughs at the moment, but you know, like I said before, getting the setup one thing, but driving is another thing. And you know, these guys have got a significant lead over the next place. So you know, I'll call them my boys because you know that's the team I'm in. So I'm not trying to be too biased there. But the Evolution Racing Australia guys running 1-2. I'm not sure we've seen that before in any SEK races with them running 1-2 in an endurance race, but there's still laps to go. This race isn't over. I don't want to put the mocker on them, but they do look like they're doing it comfortably.
Yeah, well, that's what they're like with the boys out the front there earlier. They certainly were just pushing the numbers out. Like they're not overdriving the car. They're just getting the car to do what they like. So they're definitely not driving the car to the absolute limits. But look, the boys in Christopher Osborne, they had a 15-second speeding in pit lane there earlier in their first stop, so that's why they were so far behind. Yeah, so geez, I'll tell you what, if they didn't get that early on tonight, 15 seconds, I know it seems a bit there, but they would have been up there close, so it would have been a little bit tighter up there for second place.
Yeah, well, that's right. Sorry, I'm just having the same problem as Bernie at the moment. Yeah, well, that's right, but it's those mistakes that all they have just gained, don't you? And just pick up little bits and pieces here. So yeah, it's disappointing for the boys there, no doubt. But you know, these guys are still in a solid third place, and I reckon if you asked them at the start of the race, would they accept third? And I reckon they would take that.
Yeah, for sure, Brenton. I have noticed like they were one of the few teams there that were always up the front there when I joined in halfway through the season. So and the beginning of this season, they sort of seemed to struggle there out of the box. So to turn it around in the last couple of weeks, they've certainly shown that they're capable of being up the front. And geez, I think they were in ninth there at one stage, or qualified ninth, didn't they? By my calculations on my screen.
Yeah, I think you're right there, mate. And I know they've had a rough week. I know in the race last night, the SRA race, I know they had an issue there as well. So they've been a bit down this week. But yeah, it's a race by race proposition, isn't it? Like a couple of races ago, they were the dominant car, had a fantastic win. Yeah, it's just how much preparation you're able to put into the car each week, and you know, we've all got real life issues that get in the way. But you know, we're lucky enough that we're a big team and we can share the workload a lot. You know, say that Mick Ford and Tim Jackson are probably our workhorses, if that's what they're called in regards to setups. But you know, when they bring the car and Ian does a bit more refining, then Blake does a bit more refining, and by the time the 4 of them work together, you know, they've got themselves a machine that works really well, and that's what's happening here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. It's always a benefit when you can actually get quite a few guys together and work out how to get the car to go a bit quicker and comfortable for everyone to drive it. So, and that takes a lot of effort, because I know that everyone's got their own personal preference on how they want the car to react.
Yeah, that's right. And the advantage here is that, Ian does a lot of V8 supercar driving, one of the stronger V8 drivers, I think, in the field. I'm sure he is. But he's able to adapt pretty well, whereas you've got Tom Jones and Tim Jackson's. We've identified that their driving styles are very, very similar, so they could jump in the car and not have to change a thing for themselves, and they'll be fine. So, just at the moment things are going really well. I don't want to. I keep calling us a young team because we are a young team. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We certainly don't want to get big heads or anything like that. We're not going to fall into that trap. But yeah, they've done a good job. It has to be known. And people can see that they've done the work, and look where the results are at the moment.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry there, Brenton. I just watched. We were watching there. I was watching the McLaren there of Sean Kelly he was getting squirrely under brakes going into turn 4. He's getting pressure there from Baden Reed. So we know Baden's quite quick. So it's going to be on for young and old here very soon.
Yeah, I got a lot of time for Baden. As I said, we're running in the Daytona 24-hour next week, and I'm already sent Nobby a little question saying, can we borrow Baden for the weekend and come and play with us? But you're right, it has closed right up with Sean Kelly and Baden Reed. We see Sean driving the car, and he's an awesome V8 supercar driver. Did a really good job in the V8 Supercar America Series yesterday, I think it was, or Friday, I can't remember now. I think he actually won that race, so he's an absolute talent. I wouldn't be surprised if TTR are looking further down the road here to your events like your Bathurst 12-hour, Spa 24-hour, things like that, just giving him some seat time in the GT3. That's a good move. It's what team events are for.
I'm sure he raced a fortnight ago in Road America too, didn't he?
Wouldn't know, mate. I was fishing in Early Beach, my friend.
Yeah, no, you were. So I think he was racing. I'd have to check with Bernie and confirm that with me, but yeah, I thought he was racing at Road America, so it wouldn't surprise me if they're giving him time in this McLaren, but I can't be 100%. That was 2 weeks ago, so we've done through a lot of racing since then. Yeah,
no, Sean was definitely in the McLaren in the Daytona, I know that. I don't think he was in it in Road America though.
Oh, that might be where I'm getting mixed up, Bernie, seeing him in Daytona there. So I knew the name rang a bell, but yeah, so there you go. Jeez, he's pulled out a bit here at the moment. He looks like he's got comfortable again. He must have been a little bit unsettled there.
Yeah, very good at pacing himself, these good guys though, aren't they? Some of them, they just like to tease you. They like a bit of fishing there. They put out the line and just have a bit of a nibble and bring it in closer. And Baden, I don't think he's had a lot of experience in iRacing, and as every race goes by, it just impresses that much more. But I would think Baden's in the favoured car here in the rough, and 33.9 last lap compared to a 34.1 for Sean in front of him. But there's still, I think, 12 laps to go, so plenty of time yet.
Probably the best racing that we've gotten at the moment.
Oh, no doubt it is, and it's a good battle. But all these guys will be congratulated. It's a long race. People think, they're 500 k's. That's half a Bathurst. Yeah, it is, but it's still a long race. There's still, it has to be clean. You've got to keep it off the wall, and whoever finishes, they've got to be congratulated. And next week, like we said, Daytona 24-hour. It's hopefully we'll get plenty of Australian representation in that, and be looking forward to that as well.
Well, Benny, you might as well give us a quick rundown on the top 10 before we get near the end here, mate. Alright, well, I'll run us down then. So up front at the moment, we've got the RA boys with the Maverick Welding on board. Tom Jones there putting in some good times. Then we've got the sister car with Blake Coppo in second place there at the moment with 10 seconds behind his teammate. Third place, we've got Direct Clutch Motorsports with Krista Osborne in the car, 26.3 seconds behind. We've got the TTTR boys in the McLaren getting chased by the KRF boys with Sean Kelly in the car and followed by Baden Reed. 7th place, we've got the Indy Enthusiast Racing Team. Kesmir Presnik, I hope I've got your name right, I do apologise, not good with names. We've got 8th place with Blackadder Motorsports, boys doing really well in the car tonight with Lewis Kugley in the car at the moment. And in 8th place we've got the MF Tech boys that we haven't mentioned at all tonight. They're doing a solid run again tonight with Shane in the car. They're a minute behind, so they're getting close to the end, so hopefully they can stay on the lead lap to the end. And then we've got in 9th and 10th we've got the IRFF boys, the rough with Guy Leach in it, and then we've got Paul Mansell in the BMW, and those two guys have been nose to tail for the last 20 odd laps there, Brenton.
Yeah, well, that's right. Sorry, mate. I was just having a chat there. Yeah, well, there's tightening up here, though, with Brzezinski's actually putting in some pretty strong laps, but the gap between 7th and 8th is coming down. What are we looking at? It's just the 5 seconds, and then 8th, 9th, and 10th, the sister cars, the Rough and the BMW, the IRFF guys, it's probably the closest battle. No, sorry, it's not now. Yeah, we've got our main Baden again. Just having a chat with the KRF boys. They're actually watching the coverage as we speak. So g'day to Kimmy Drew Fencing's team, having a chat. But have a look at your man here, Baden Reed, now on lap 107. He's really putting the pressure on Sean Kelly here. So, as we said, there's probably still another 9 laps to go. Nothing's going to go untouched here. I reckon Baden's going to make a move eventually.
Yeah, well, look, like we said, there's 9 laps to go, so he's certainly prodding away there, just trying to find the best place for him to overtake and trying to do it cleanly, which the boys do all the time. You're just watching them, and they are sizing each other up all the time and try and do it as cleanly as possible. And now and again, there's a bit of a touch, but the guys aren't doing it on intentional purposes. It's just one of those things that'll get a bit out of shape, and yeah, just a little slight contact here and then now and again.
Dive! Sorry,
I know, that's all good.
I get in trouble for talking over the top, but that was an awesome move by Baden Reed there, and he's got himself up in the 4th place. I'm I'm probably not 100% sure, but I'd almost say that's the highest position for a KRF car in this endurance series. I know Tom Jones, when he was racing for KRF, had some success in the shorter sprint rounds, but I reckon this would be the highest position. And it's not just Baden, of course, it's Adam as well, who did a fantastic middle stint there. But that's a great move, and he's up and away now. And I don't know whether Sean's got the pace to keep up with him.
No, I don't think so either, Brenton. That McLaren does seem to sort of struggle a little bit in top end here, but it's not. I don't think it's the preferred car for this track. But I'll tell you what, those boys have done an outstanding job tonight with that McLaren. So hats off to them to keep them up this front. They haven't really dropped back too far at all.
No, they've done a fantastic job. Last lap at 33.7, comparable with his fastest lap on lap 86 at 32.7, so the second off there. But Sean's 34.8 last lap. Yeah, he got overtaken, so there's a drop there. But generally running high 33s, low 34s. The thing is with this, though, these guys are smart. Like, they're leading the series for a reason. Is that they haven't won a race, but they're winning the series because they haven't had any points deducted from them for incidents. And it's all well and good winning the race. And my boys are a fantastic job tonight. At the moment, 1 and 2, and touch wood for my sake. Hopefully they'll continue the job, but they might not get their money's worth in regards to full points tonight because of little off-track incidents here and there, and they do add up.
Yeah, for sure, but no, doing a good job, and it's good to see, even with the MF Tech boys. Look, I don't think we mentioned them enough at the start of the race because they're really not in anyone's eye, but come to the end of the race, they're definitely up in the top 10, so they do an outstanding job considering as well.
Yeah, they do. Just having a look. Yeah, the IRFF boys, they're not going to go anywhere. Gee, they run consistently, and as I said, last week they had a fantastic effort in the AEC with 3 cars all coming in the top 10. Yeah, those things shouldn't be underestimated in such a long race. Yeah, it's a fantastic effort, and like I keep saying, they should be congratulated for it. I think it was an outstanding performance.
Oh yeah, especially last week with the AEC with those boys, and it's definitely with the amount of incidences that was going on in the first half of that race, and it wasn't until we got halfway that everyone sort of settled down and realised that they couldn't keep pushing their cars to that point where I think they all ran out of quick repairs. So they all settled down there about the 4-hour mark. So guys, we are slowly running down out of laps. We're estimating 116, so geez, we've only got about 7 laps to go. So these battles, like we just had Baden pull off his move, so he's off and he's out of there. He's nearly 2 seconds in front of the guys there in the TTR with Sean Kelly. So look, he's done a fantastic job to get out there, and the IndyCar enthusiast with Gersmeer in there, he's still hanging on at the moment, but geez, Lewis must be catching him here. Geez, I don't know if he's got the time, but we'll soon find out.
Yeah, I don't think Lewis is going to have the time, honestly, to catch Kresmir at this stage. He's only pulling in 0.3 of a second last lap through.
Yeah, fair enough, Bernie. Yeah, so it looks like we're all at stations. Geez, we had a good battle there, Bernie, with Braden and Sean just a moment ago. That was pretty full-on stuff. Yeah,
that was at that point. The viewers were riding on the roof of Baden's car, and hopefully they got a good view of that because we're using our new technology to show it off.
Yeah, that's good, Bernie. It's good to see that you're slowly getting control of that. So that's something good for the viewers to get hold of as we go along through the broadcast through this year and in the AEC as well, Bernie, and in your Skippies and Star Masters.
Yeah, in all the series, but it'd be interesting to get some feedback from the viewers, what they think of it, whether they like it or not. So if anyone's out there watching, just give me a holler and tell me what you thought of the roof cam.
Especially most of our viewers are probably iRacing family, so yeah, look up and even leave a note on the iRacing channel, because I know Bernie will check that out, and he'll get back to you pretty quickly, and I'll certainly have a look and I'll let him know as well. So and don't forget to hit that like button tonight and get this feed out.
Yeah, definitely. We appreciate all likes, and let your friends know so we can get the word out. Just having a look at we've got 7 laps to go. So we've got Tom Jones at the moment, Maverick Welding, number 99 Rough, with its sister car in second, with Blake Coppo behind the wheel in the number 31 Maverick Welding Rough. Christopher Osborne, 15 seconds down the track in his direct clutch services Rough. Baden Reed, fantastic drive, fantastic pass you guys saw a couple of laps ago, in 4th for KRF Motorsport, and Sean Kelly in the TTR McLaren in 5th spot. So that's our top 5 guys with 6 laps to go.
Well, we've definitely got someone that likes your roof cam there. Brent Spicer says roof cam was excellent, so must be a KRF driver or a big fan of KRF. So shout out to those guys. Thank you very much. And as I said, don't forget to press that like button there, guys. All helps out Bernie with his YouTube. So go ahead and press that like button, and we're running these laps down.
Yeah, definitely. With 6 laps to go, I don't think there's going to be too many changes for position at this stage unless something goes wrong for some of these guys. The only one in question would be Paul Mansell, Gary Hamilton. They seem to be running within a second of each other at this stage.
Yeah, but it's sort of slowly spread out, hasn't it? And looks like the Evolution Racing guys are certainly paced themselves now. And look, I don't think the boys in the direct clutch can actually gain anymore. They've been pretty well stationed for most of the stint. I did notice they were trying for it, but look, I suppose at the end of the day, once you use the tyres, you can't go any faster.
That's right, and I'd say the guys will be pretty tired with 6 laps to go. We've been at this race now for just over 3 hours.
Yeah, and Christopher's done a double stint, so yeah, he'd be getting tired behind the wheel of that thing. So, but he's doing a fantastic job, just like the other drivers tonight. They've been doing double stints out there, so that's a lot of effort tonight, doing double stints in any sort of endurance race. Yeah,
definitely. Sorry, I was just adjusting the camera. Yeah, double stints around here. They'll definitely be feeling it tomorrow, and lucky that it's a long weekend. And for all our Australian viewers out there, which is most of you, happy Australia Day for tomorrow. Have a beer for me.
Yeah, I think I might have one for you, Bernie. I think I've got to tap my keg, though. I think I ran out of my other keg, so I'll have to go and tap another one.
You're lucky. I think I've run out of beer completely.
Yeah. Lucky they don't have a TD while I'm racing on here, because I know there've been a couple of times I've had a couple of drinks. So yeah, but don't do it in my league racing. Got to stay sober for that. There's too much on stake for that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and while we've got a bit of a lull in the racing, folks, with 5 laps to go, tomorrow night RRTV will be televising the Monday night Skippy Strength of Field race at 9:15. Thursday night we are going back to the Star Mazdas for the Star Mazda Australian Championship. It was fantastic racing last week, so if you haven't seen the replay, check that out. Yeah, so that's the coming week schedule.
Full on, Bernie, all full on, all systems go. So yeah, don't forget to press that like button, people. I know I'm harping on, but I know it all helps Bernie out. And geez, car off the side there, I seen Bernie just probably getting a bit tired and not hanging on to the car. Yeah,
I'd say so. The other championship I'm extremely excited about, because I've been working for the last couple of months with Richard Craig. Next Saturday we'll be having a special race show covering the Skippy Australian Championship. The guys will be qualifying all week, culminating on Saturday, and then we'll be launching that on Sunday afternoon. So if you like your racing, definitely check that out.
Yeah, Bernie, it looks like Paul Rogers there had a little bit of a moment and just lost the car, so probably getting a little bit tired, and the car did something that he wasn't too happy about, and yeah, unfortunately got out of shape, and I think he's just going to bring it home and probably might be his night with only 3 laps to go or so.
Definitely, that car's heavily damaged. He's crawling around the outfield at the moment in that car, just trying to bring it home.
Looks like they've pulled the car off the track, Bernie, so it looks like they're going to be did not finish tonight, mate, so that's 1 car out. Yeah,
it looks like we've got looks like they're joining the retirement with the number 5 Maverick Welding Rough is the other retirement at this stage, so that's so unfortunate. With 3 laps to go, those guys will be devastated.
Yeah, for sure, Bernie. Like, that late in the race, that's something that you didn't really want to do, but they've done a fantastic job tonight. All these boys are doing a fantastic job tonight. Can't praise them enough. They do a fantastic job every week that we watch them, and they're still going, so well done to the boys.
Yeah, definitely. As we have 3 laps to go, we'll jump on board with the race leader, folks, and give you a lap around Interlagos. So enjoy the view.
And crank it up.
Sorry guys, it's got a bit of problems here, so I'll just... Yeah, fantastic effort by the ERA guys, but I might not be able to call the finish, so I'll leave that with you guys. I've just got something to sort.
Alright, not a problem, Brenton. Thank you for helping out tonight. I appreciate it.
Into the last turn, Bernie.
Yeah, last turn. He should be getting the white flag this time through. Tom Jones in the Maverick Welding rough has pretty much dominated this race tonight with his sister car Blake Coppo some 12 seconds down the track.
Just sorry,
Yeah.
just trying to help out. I reckon it'll be a pretty slow lap by Tom Jones. I reckon it'll be about 12 seconds off his usual pace.
So we shouldn't get too excited if Blake starts to catch up. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, and we've got a car up ahead there, Bernie. Just looks like you just had a moment going into turn one. Not something that a leader wants to see coming up, but it looks like he's off the side of the road there, so no harm, no foul. But yeah, no, good race from the boys tonight. They've done a fantastic job, and it looks like they did the reverse strategy again, Bernie, copied off of Phillip Island.
Yeah, it was interesting. Timothy Jackson looked like they short-filled the first stop, where his sister car short-filled the second stop, and it's definitely worked well for both of them. Maverick Welding and the ERA team pretty much dominated this race again tonight. The guys will have to be extremely happy as Tom's now slowing down for his teammate. I'm assuming that's what is going to be happening. But yeah, well-deserved win. Fantastic drive again. I'm really impressed with this team. They're really, coming on every weekend in leaps and bounds, and they've got a very, very strong team of drivers in there. As we can see now, Tom Jones coming up onto the last straight as his sister car Blake Coppo comes down on the outside for a 1-2 form finish for ERA and Maverick Welding Roughs. Fantastic drive and well done, guys.
Yeah, what a good race, and good 1-2 form finish. Probably the likes that we haven't seen before, Bernie. I don't think we've ever seen a team go 1-2 in the endurance races yet.
No, we haven't, and it takes me back to I think it was 75 when Moffat did it with Colin Bond. Very similar scene tonight at Interlagos with the Maverick Welding guys bringing that home form finish. And yeah, you're right, first time we have seen the a form finish in the Enduros.
Yeah, well done to those guys, and I'll let you take it away, Bernie, and we'll go through the field.
Okay, so Tom Jones has, with teammate Timothy Jackson, has won tonight's race in the Maverick Welding Rough, followed by Blake Coppo in the sister car Evolution Racing Australia. Christopher Osborne brought that direct clutch services rough home in third. Fantastic drive from him tonight. Baden Reed, who can say enough about this bloke, bringing the KRF rough home in fourth. I think that must be one of the highest finishes that team's had this year or this season. So well done, guys. Mr. Prznicki In IndyCar Enthusiast Racing comes home in 5th place in the BMW. Sean Kelly brings the TTR McLaren home in 6th place. Lewis Kugeley brings the Blackadder Motorsport BMW home in 7th. 8th, Sean McMahon for MF Tech. Fantastic drive from those guys. I think they started in 5th tonight. To finish in 8th is fantastic. Gary Hamilton brings the 3Cs Craft Beer Racing home in 9th. Rounding out our top 10 was Guy Leach in the Team IRFF Rough 1. As we can see, the winner, Tom Jones, gassing it up and doing a great burnout.
And so he should, Bernie. You've done a fantastic job. They drove the car consistent lap times, did the short fill, got out there and got the lead and never looked back. So top effort by those guys. Fantastic job, and something that these other teams are going to have to put a bit more effort in, I think, Bernie, to try and catch them. I mean, just the amount of time that they are going through and putting into try and take this championship out.
Definitely, and I tell you what, I wish we had some music, because they were just doing synchronised donuts coming up to the main straight there, and I'm sure the spectators would have loved that.
Yeah, for sure, Bernie. So I enjoyed tonight's race. Definitely had it in there again. Clean driving by everyone. Can't complain. These boys certainly are turning it on for us, and look, I can't wait for next week, Benny. It's just great stuff. Why do I need to drive a car when I'm sitting here and looking at these boys doing what they're doing? It's just absolutely fantastic stuff.
Yeah, definitely, and we should give a shout out to our sponsors tonight. SEK Queensland is our naming rights sponsor for this great series. Without them, we wouldn't have a series. And I hope all you viewers went to their open day yesterday for their Enduro come and try day. I'll have to find out how that went. Our other sponsor is the Race Centre. For all you guys out there tonight that have been watching this, if you haven't tried sim racing, go to the Race Centre. They've got full motion cockpits, fantastic competitions. They're based in the Gold Coast and Sydney, and I highly recommend them. So definitely check those boys out, and thank you to both of those great clubs and businesses for sponsoring our event. I'm not sure.
Yeah, for sure, Bernie. Definitely. Without the sponsors, this sort of stuff doesn't happen like the way it does. So go out and check them out, and yeah, it'd be interesting, Bernie, about the SEK. That would have been good to hear about.
Definitely. And for anyone out there watching that are members of iRacing and you want to get involved in this fantastic series, go and check out iRace for Fun. They're the racing league behind this, and you can also get information on how to enter this series by going to the Australian New Zealand road racing part of the iRacing forum. So it looks like we haven't got anyone up yet. I'm just going to give them an extra minute or so before we wrap this up, because I'm hoping we can get the Maverick Welding boys up here for a quick chat. I'm sure they're over the moon with that 1-2 form finish tonight.
Yeah, for sure, Bernie. And I did notice our fellow colleague disappeared, and probably on their team speak, and definitely having a big chin wag, and congratulations over there. So well done to those boys. They definitely put on a show for us tonight. I think a big shout out goes out to the TTR boys. They were struggling there at the end, so it goes to show that McLaren, as well as they did qualify it just couldn't keep the pace up all night. So they did a good job. MF Tech boys, I don't think we talk about them too much. And 3Cs craft beer boys, they really dropped there tonight, so they're going to have to get their car sorted next week.
Yeah, definitely. They definitely faded as that race went on. The other one I'd really like to mention is the Schweck brothers in the Rothmans Ford GT3. They brought that car home on the lead lap by the looks of it in 19th position. So fantastic job by those brothers to get that car home in the top 20.
Yeah, for sure, Bernie. And look, this car is competitive. I'm pretty certain of that. You just need to get the right guys in there. And I'm sure this Ford GT will be one of these cars that is actually competitive. And we just need a few more guys in there, or teams to start trying out and seeing what they can do with it and make some magic. I know in the SRA we've got a couple in there, and Stephen Bouquet does a fairly good job in his GT, so I think it's possible. It's just a matter of time and working it out.
That's right, and if we have a look at the field, folks, it's been pretty much dominated tonight with the Roughs and the BMWs. The only other car we had was one McLaren, the TTR boys coming in 6th, and the Ford GT3 coming home in 19th. So it'd be definitely great to see more McLarens and more Ford GT3s coming in to this series in the future. And of course the other one is the Aston Martin coming to this series later this year. Yeah,
Bernie, I'm pretty certain that we'll get flooded with these Aston Martins when they come on board, but look, why wouldn't you? A nice growling V12 or a V10 engine in them, and just a beautiful looking car, so I'm sure they'll come out in abundance when they're released.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, Adrian, I think it's time we wrap this telecast up. So is there any final thoughts you wanted to say about tonight's racing?
Yeah, Benny, once again, the boys put on an effort. I think the ERA boys have shown that they're putting in the time and effort to work these things out, and a lot of teams, they're doing good. The direct clutch boys, if they didn't have that 15-second penalty early on, look, they were 15 seconds behind, but we know that was a formed finish. But if we look at the sister car there, so they would have been pretty close at the end. So look, Baden, what a terrific drive by that fellow tonight. So to put his KRF racing car up the front, so well done to those. And look, bring on next week and let's watch another great race. This is awesome stuff, mate.
Yeah, definitely. I'd probably give the KRF racing the drive of the night, mainly because they've come through that field. I think this must be one of the highest finishes KRF racing's had, and I'm really impressed with that team and the depth that Mark Noble's built into that team. I think it's only a matter of time till we see a podium finish by those boys.
Oh yeah, for sure, Bernie, and even the IRFF boys. I mean, they've done a stellar job tonight. There's 5 cars in this field, and you got two, one in the top 10 and one right behind it, and then the other guys a little bit behind. But they had a few incidences there to start with, but only a 1 lap down. So look, anything could change from there.
Yeah, definitely. So anyway, folks, we hope you've definitely enjoyed tonight's telecast. As I said earlier, if you like the skippies, tune in tomorrow night for the Strength of Field Skippy race, broadcast live at 9:15. It'll just be me doing it, so as now the the Maverick Welding guys are starting to come in for a chat, so we better definitely bring these guys up and see how happy they are with that form finish.
Yeah, for sure, Bernie.
Ian Ford, Tim Jackson, welcome to the RRTV commentary box, and fantastic drive, a nice form finish for Maverick Welding and Evolution Racing Australia. You guys must be over the moon.
Yeah, absolutely stoked, mate. Definitely ripper of a race. Couldn't ask for anything better. Yeah,
it looked like Evolution Racing Australia pretty much dominated tonight, especially the number 99 car. You guys look like you're in control from very early on. with a nice big 16-second lead, and to have your sister car 11 seconds down behind you must have given you guys a lot of peace of mind.
Yeah, it was good. It was good to know that they were behind. It gave us a bit of reassurance that if any cars did try and take that second position, there was more time made up for the actual lead car. But in saying that, Blake and Ian with his double stint, managed to stay in front, and at some point of time they actually pulled in. It was always going to be a good finish.
Yeah, definitely. We're speculating on the first stop you did tonight, Timothy. It looked like it was quite a short stop. So originally we thought it may have been tyres, but Brenton said it's probably more that you short-filled that car for the first stop.
Yeah, we ran the 100 litres as I guess you do on the first stint, but then it was a discussion whether we put 85 litres in or we went with 100, and we went the shorter stop just to try and break that field and get a clear run and break the draft.
Yeah, and we noticed the second stop, your sister car, it looks like they short fueled and you took a full fuel, which I think made them gave them a bit of a gap. Is that what occurred in the second stop?
I think 40 can answer that. I'm pretty sure it was, but what was that? What did you fill up on that second stint, 40?
Would have been about 81 litres, I think. We just gave it enough gas to get home and have a bit of leeway if we ever needed to push again. Like, obviously we pushed to try and close up the lead and try and challenge for the lead, but it didn't happen, so we had plenty of fuel left over.
Yeah, I was, when you're coming up to that Ford, the form finish, I was sort of hoping that the second car didn't go flying past and take the win. But congratulations on that form finish. I think that's the first one we've seen in the Enduro Series for iRacing since we've been broadcasting it. And I really liked the ballet dancing donuts at the end of that race. It was really awesome to watch.
Yeah, it's a great moment for the team, and a lot of hard work and effort over the last few weeks has gone into the cars and practice and whatnot. So to get a result like that, we've had a couple of wins now, fortunately enough, but to get the 1-2 like that was pretty special, and I don't think Brenton will sleep for a week.
Yeah, it definitely is a very special win. But I was saying during the broadcast, your team, it's just getting stronger and stronger every week, and the results are starting to really show. So big congratulations to all you guys on your hard work. It's definitely paying off.
No, I don't really do any hard work. I just sit down and drive as long as someone gives me a decent car.
Fair enough. So I guess there's going to be a bit of a celebration tonight in the Evolution Racing Australia pits.
I'm sure there will be some sort. As I said, we've put a lot of effort into this week, and it's good to see that we bear those fruits for it.
Yeah, that's right. So before we let you guys go, did you want to give a quick shout out to anyone in particular?
Maverick Welding, Blake for not binning the car, Jonesy and Jacko for winning, Bernie for doing a fantastic job commentating, and Brenton for doing whatever he does.
and I'll make mention, obviously, IRRF. Without them guys, we don't have this series. So once again, to Gavin, the guys, thanks for that.
Yeah, definitely, and also I'd like to add thanks to our naming sponsor, the Southeastern Karting Queensland. They're a great club. If you guys are interested in go-karting, anyone watching, definitely check them out. They do endurance racing and go-karts. And the Race Centre, of course. For those of you that want to try sim racing, check them out. They're in Sydney and at the Gold Coast.
And don't forget the SEK Test and Try Day at Warwick got moved to early February sometime. Look it up on Facebook.
Okay, so that has been moved. I'll update my my slides on that so we can...
I'm pretty sure it had. Don't trust me on it. I'm pretty sure I saw it.
probably think it might have, because we got pretty well drenched on Friday, so I'd say they may have binned it for Saturday, because I know it was pretty wet out our way in the last couple of days.
Well, I was a bit late into the server tonight because I had a fair thunderstorm going on overhead earlier on this evening, so I didn't have the computer running. As soon as the storm cleared, I fired it up and the race was already running, so the wet weather's still hanging around up here.
Yeah, so I've just got news, folks. The SEK Queensland Come and Try Day will be on the 14th of February. So anyone interested in trying enduro karting, definitely go and support those guys. It's a fantastic club. They put on fantastic racing, and I reckon go and have a great day. I think it goes for 3 hours, I think the race is.
14th of February could be some divorces.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if you're going out there, make sure you butter up your girlfriend or your wife, and make sure that you convince her it's a good thing. So get in early, boys.
Hell, I'd say take them along and throw them in a cart. Give them a drive as well.
I think a few of the teams do that. The husband and wife couples get in the cart and race together and have a great time doing it.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic. It'd open up probably fathers and sons, mums and daughters, husbands, wives. Anyone could do it really, as long as they're over a particular age limit, I guess. Alright guys, we're going to have to wrap this up. Thank you to Adrian Jarvis for being in the commentary box tonight. I'm Bernie Weemers, and you've been watching RRTV.